The 2026 World Cup is officially here.
Alvarado's crossing. There's the goal he was looking for. It's Raul Jimenez, and it's 2-0. A World Cup goal at last.
You heard it all on Fox TV as Mexico defeated South Africa 2-0 in the opening match of the 2026 World Cup out of Group A. Still to come, it's going to be South Korea and Czechia. That's going to start at 10 p.m. Eastern from Guadalajara, Mexico. The Stanley Cup continues with Game 5 of the final between the Golden Knights and the Hurricanes, where the series is tied at 2 apiece, and the puck is set to drop at 8 Eastern. In Major League Baseball, the Twins were shut out by the Tigers 11-0 in Detroit. The Mets edged the Cardinals 5-4. Rangers outscored the Royals 4-2, and the Cubs defeated the Rockies 9-3. NFL, the Broncos gave head coach Sean Payton a 5-year deal that goes through the 2030 season. I'm Monty Bolaños.
Elijah, put the camera on me.
Can this sports writer and this sports fan share a radio show without driving each other crazy? Now, live from the Fox Sports Radio studios, here's Fox Sports Radio's Odd Couple, Rob Parker and Kelvin Washington.
Password.
Ack, a dack, ack.
Enter, brother.
Yes, enter, brother, that is right. We now have the passcode to get in with the Odd Couple. Rob Parker, Kelvin Washington on this TV theme song Thursday. We got a lot in store for you this hour and throughout the show. Next hour, we'll have Tommy Beer, author and former of the Knicks-centric Substack. And also the following hour, our last one, you know we do it on Thursdays, Foul or Fair with J.R. Gamble, MLBBro.com managing editor. So looking forward to that. And by the way, be sure to check out the brand new YouTube channel. That's right, Elijah's always got us up looking good. You can check us out on YouTube. All you have to do is go to YouTube, search Odd Couple FSR on YouTube, hit the subscribe button, and when you're done with that, tap the thumbs up, like it, share, comment away. Let us know if you agree with us, what you don't agree, who had the better take, all that good stuff. So just go to youtube.com. Find us by searching Odd Couple FSR. We got a big show lined up. Give you, of course, Kate Up Live for myself, Rob Parker, MLB Bro, Odd Couple FSR. The ways to reach us, 877-99 on Fox. That is your number as well. Rob, of course, off yesterday. Ephraim was in. Rob was in, is in New York. Had a big day yesterday celebrating 40 years in the business, so we'll hear from him about how that experience went. I believe it was at the Mets game with a bunch of family and friends, and I'm sure it was a great time, so we'll talk to him in just a moment. We're getting him up all set. Let's welcome in the Odd Couple crew because we couldn't do this show without him. Rob G producing the show, but not here. He has, of course, got some stuff going on at home, but he's listening. We got Brandon who's going to be helping produce the show here in studio as well. Alex on the ones and twos.
Pay no attention to that man behind the curtain.
Give him another one. Tell him how you're a hidden talent.
Alex, you're a hidden talent.
That's right. Alex on the ones and twos as well. Monty Bolaños is going to be updating us, and I'm sure you'll get some thoughts from Monty as well. That ridiculous game as we were all sitting here watching it, me, Monty, Ephraim going back and forth as that game was happening. And, of course, Elijah.
Never heard of him.
Elijah.
Who?
Elijah.
I don't see him.
You don't know who Elijah is?
I can't see him.
Come on. I told you about that. That's racist. Stop saying
what?
That's racist.
I didn't mean physically. I mean, I don't see him.
No, I don't actually see him either. All
yeah.
right. Elijah is our social media guru. He's going to keep us looking good and get everything posted online for you throughout the show as well. All right. We're good with Rob yet? All right. We're getting Rob upset all up here from New York. So, Brandon, I'm going to have you come in. Yeah. Now, the I told yous. I don't want the I told yous. Rob, we'll get him going here in a second.
I was wrong.
Big wrong, Rob. While we're getting him in, I'm going to just start it here, Brandon. You were here, obviously, yesterday, and we're watching this game, and the Spurs are on fire. They put up a 76-piece in the first half. It just was absolutely looking like the Knicks were on the other side of that beatdown they did against the Hawks in the first round of the playoffs. And you're thinking, like, man, is this dude, are they getting a taste of their own medicine? But then all of a sudden, they start inching closer. They start making some plays. They start making some magic happen. And I'll start here. At what point am I just who I am? At what point is a spade a spade? At what point have I shown you enough that you actually start to believe in me? And I know we've had kind of two conversations over the last 12 hours or plus 16 hours or so since that game ended, and everybody was just going crazy off that Knicks win, coming back from 29 down. But I look at it like this. On one half of that cup, you're going to say, oh, the Spurs collapsed, the Spurs choked, the Spurs, they failed. That's what they did. And to an extent, I understand that. You're up 29 points. You're supposed to win that game, right? That should be yours. It's in the bag. But on the other end, Brandon, I ask you this. How many times do I have to prove you and show you that this is what I do? And this is what the Knicks have done. And in order for an avalanche to actually happen, you have to have heat. Something has to heat that rock up, that ice, that snow for that to melt. In order for it to be a mudslide or a collapse for the Spurs, something got to bring the rain, right? The rain has to happen, and the Knicks rained on them. And this is what I mean. The Knicks have proven to us over the last few playoffs, but specifically last year and this year, that this is what they do. They don't wilt. They don't quit. They're going to show up. 2 times, the first 2 games of the series against Boston last year in the 2025 playoffs, on the road, down 20 plus, they come back and win both of those games on the road, Brandon. And then you say, okay, well, that was a fluke. The Celtics shoot too many threes, blah, blah, blah. But what do they do? The next series, Eastern Conference Finals against the Pacers, on the road, down 20 plus, they come back and win that game. Okay? Then you turn around and get to where we are in this series, in the finals. There's been 4 games played in the finals thus far. Every single one of those games, the Knicks have been down double digits. But let's go back before that. 22 down versus the Cavs in game 1 of the Eastern Conference Finals. What do? They win that game. 7.5 left, they win that game. 7.5 minutes left, they come back and win that game. So there's a mindset, there's a will, and there's they better not let this get to 20, 15. I know it better not be 99-90, and that's when I'm like, okay, they're going to win this thing. They're still down 9. It's like 3 plus left, but we've seen this book before. We've read this book. We've seen this story. And that's exactly what the Knicks did. Now, again, that doesn't absolve the Spurs from bad turnovers. That doesn't absolve the Spurs from some bad coaching. I mean, Mitch Johnson, I don't know if I'm looking at Mitch Johnson over Kenny Atkinson. What's up with this holding on to timeout things that these coaches are doing? When the Knicks go on a 13-0 run, you might want to use a timeout. When the Knicks go on a 20-4 run, you might want to use one. There's untimely turnovers. They have 2 in the first half. They get 9 turnovers. But I'm not going to discredit the Knicks for stepping up, contesting those threes. They're out there. They're playing. They're closing out on those shots. They're making their shots. And we'll get to a little bit later on to show the coaching adjustments. I love what Mike Brown was able to do. And one of the big keys was putting in Alvarado. Because that's a change of pace. That's another ball handler, a guy who can say, Brunson, look, they've been playing you great. 94 feet, Castle's on you, bumping you. They got big wings. Bring in another ball handler so it's not all on you. I love that. So the Spurs absolutely were a part of this. That's why I brought the Avalanche. It's not just going to collapse on its own. You got to have some heat. The Knicks brought the heat. They brought the rain, creating that mudslide. But the Spurs absolutely played a part in this. And that's been my whole thing when I've been talking to this about Rob. The Spurs are a fantastic team. You don't win 60-plus games. You don't jump from 30, whatever it was, to 60 on your own. I mean, without being good. Here's my thing. Have to have experience. And the Knicks have been on the other side of that. They gave up a 14-point lead with 2.5 minutes left last year to the Pacers. So the Knicks have both been on the other side of epic collapses where my co-host was screaming for Mike Tibbs' job, right? Saying Tibbs got to go, you lose that game. And I understand that. They've been on the other side of winning those games. And that's my only thing when I was talking about this with Rob. That's why I picked the Knicks in 7. I thought it was going to be a long series, thought it would be a tough series for the Knicks, but ultimately experience. And the Spurs don't have that experience because you have to gain experience. You have to learn. You have to get your bumps and your bruises. And that's what the Spurs are doing. Let's walk back. What happened in game 1?
Spurs were up 14.
Spurs up 14, feeling good. We got it going. You lose. Wemby is terrible, right? Terrible, inefficient, 6 of 21. You got to go through that. What happens in game 2? They're up again, up big, up double digits. All of a sudden, Wemby freaks out, turns the ball over, Okay, that happens. What do you do immediately after? Fouls Brunson. That's a couple of free throws. He misses one, but I'm saying you give up a couple of free throws. And then last-second shot, it's not a great play, but, hey, it's a clean look. You miss it. Those are your Kobe Bryant airball moments in Utah. You got to go through that. You got to learn. And experience is the only you have to fail in order to get it. And that's what the Spurs are going through against a team, Monty, that has been through it. 3 seasons now, 50-plus wins. The Knicks keep inching closer. Last year, 7 games with the Pacers. All of us are like, what are the Pacers doing about to go to the finals? Where did that come from? And so they've gained that experience. You got a 22-year-old superstar, 21-year-old Starring Castle, 20-year-old Dylan Harper. And they're just going through their bumps and bruises. They're taking their lumps, and you have to understand, they're turning the ball over. Mitch Johnson is not absolved from learning this. By the way, a 38, 39-year-old coach has to get experience, Monty. He can't just all of a sudden be Phil Jackson.
I'm with you.
He's got to go through this, right? He's not using his timeouts. I hate how he's using Dylan Harper.
He doesn't know what to do with him.
He's technically on the bench, so he's like,
but we all know he shouldn't.
Game 2, he doesn't play in the last 4 or 5 minutes.
No, what was the game he didn't play in the second half? Was it game 1?
It was a game 1. He doesn't play in the last minutes. Last night, Dylan Harper doesn't get a shot for 10 minutes.
And he was their hottest player. He had like 21 points.
But again, I'm a young coach. I'm trying to figure, he's a bench player. Do I play him more minutes? Do I play him less? How do I? When you got the mold, and Manu Ginobili being your example. Yeah, technically Manu was not a starter, but he closed games, played big minutes, made the big plays. And to me, Dylan Harper, while young, is that type of guy. But again, Mitch Johnson is learning this in real beat. So absolutely the Spurs wilted, collapsed, felt the pressure, right? In order for that pipe to burst, the Knicks have to bring that pressure.
I agree.
And that's my only thing. And I know whenever I've done this with Rob, he would scream it was a collapse, it was a choke job, had nothing to do with the Knicks, had nothing to do with the other teams. We've done it in football, had nothing to do with that team. They just choked. And I don't always subscribe to that because Mike Brown could have easily said, I'm throwing in the towel. It's over. We'll get him in next game. Right? Why waste these minutes? Someone could get injured. Brunson could he's tired. Let's just know. He'd seen, I know this team, we've multiple times now this year, multiple times last year when he wasn't the coach with Tibbs, they've come back. They're resilient. You got a bunch of champions on that team. OG Anunoby is a champion. We forget that with the Raptors. You got other guys who've won, in some cases, multiple championships in college. They're going to compete to the end. And, again, that's what I witnessed. I saw a team not wilted that stayed the course, that kept looking at it as, man, if we can just chip away here, we can chip away here. And the Spurs, this is the other thing, too. How many times have we sat here and said, Celtics, Orlando Magic, you might want to stop chucking up threes. You were incredibly hot, set an all-time record, 14 threes in the first half. You ain't hitting 28.
And they shot him way too quickly, too.
12 times they shot threes with 10 seconds or more on the shot clock left. Your ally is the clock, right? You're trying to utilize that. You're trying to have this on your side.
we know that. It just didn't seem like they knew that.
Neither did Cleveland. Kenny Atkinson, it was the same thing.
Well, first of all, if Kenny Atkinson was here,
he would say that they won.
The confetti just fell. And the Spurs just won. The Spurs are 4-0.
Yeah, for sure.
They swept the Knicks, according to Kenny Atkinson. What an analytical series. We won. This is amazing. And the Spurs just continue to win championships because they just won, according to Kenny Atkinson. That's what he would say. You got a team that's been up every single game by double digits. They win this series, according to Kenny Atkinson.
Yeah.
Who still has timeouts in his pockets right now.
Most of my timeline, most of my feed also is saying that the Spurs choked. And I understand that train of thought, and I understand why we are saying that, but I'm with you, where it's like, where is the credit to what the Knicks did, to what the Knicks continue to do? As you said, they didn't have to play that second half. The way the Spurs were shooting the lights out, even if you thought it's going to come back to reality.
Monty.
Unreal.
What did the Timberwolves, Brandon, what did the Timberwolves do?
At 8
minutes left. And Edwards over there dapping up. Hey, man, good series, baby.
Yeah,
am I wrong?
We just saw that.
We've seen coaches make the decision to go, just wasn't our night. Hey, it's tied up 2-2. Wipe our hands clean. 0-0. The best of 3. Here we go, baby. No, No, but when I got a team that continuously has proven they can get it done, they can win. Now, again, I'm not an idiot. I know the Spurs turn the ball over.
So many turnovers, of
Fox
course.
makes some big turnovers. Castle makes some big turnover on the sideline.
Totally.
Wemby was absolutely atrocious the second half. I think it was 5 for 13. I have to get it up exactly. I think he was 5 for 13 second half. Looked tired.
I think he was 3 out of 14.
3 out of 14.
Worse.
3 out of 14. I'm sorry. 3 out of 14, even worse. He misses 2 key free throws. He's and those free throws weren't close. He's gassed. Mitch Johnson remember that was that stretch where he only set him for 58 seconds. He thought he was going to, and Richard Jefferson called it out during the game. I think Legs did as well. He's like, all right, well, how are they going to withstand when Wemby's on the bench? Comes right back in the game because Mitch Johnson's freaking out. I've seen this collapse before. I've seen this Knicks team come back before. I'm not going to keep Wemby out. So I think Wemby's gassed. The dude didn't play hardly in the last season with the blood clot. He's going through it this year, 7-game series. And you got to learn these things, right? How do I rest him? When to rest? He plays 40-something minutes. He hasn't even. He's been playing 30 all season.
And everybody wants to blame Mitch Johnson. Like, that's the popular thing. Like, oh, let's fire him, you know. But the guy got to the finals his first year. I think it's more a testament to the Knicks. They're the only team. They're so unique in NBA history to go. They have over 500 record, like 5-3.
Yeah,
down 20 plus.
And watch this. I'm gonna ask you, Monty. As the Knicks are chipping away and having Brunson and having a closer, you're like, they can win this.
Of course.
Brandon, did you not think the same thing?
I told Monty when it was a 12-point game, I was like, Knicks are going to come back and win. I hate this. I was getting mad.
Why?
Monty saw me.
Because minutes before that, he said it was over because the Spurs were up by 7.
That is true.
So that's why he was mad. I never did. I never thought that.
I call my boy out. And I told Ephraim this.
I'm just
off
saying.
the air, I said, Ephraim, the Spurs shot incredibly high. I said, if they not even shoot poorly, just 42%, not bad, the second half, and the Knicks do what they've done before, this can be a game. And he was like, nah, I don't know about that. And I told him, that's why I texted him. I said, hey, we saw this. But again, 9 turnovers, and not just 9 turnovers. Because if I told you had 11 turnovers in the game, that's not bad. That's not horrible if you're the Spurs. It's when they occurred. It's chucking up the threes. And my last point, it's Mitch Johnson, it's Wemby not knowing where a bucket is. Wemby still hasn't learned that. We need a bucket. We're bleeding right now. I can get us one. I know where that spot is. Kobe knew exactly where to go. Hakeem knew exactly where to go.
Jalen Brunson knows exactly where to go.
Where to get
Doesn't
my
matter
shot.
if he's made no shots in the first 3 quarters.
He exactly what I mean. Tracy McGrady knew how to get a bucket. Others as well. And so, again, the Spurs absolutely started to fall apart. But I'm not going to sit up here and act like the Knicks aren't a team that we've seen do this repeatedly as well. All right, 877-99 on Fox. 877-99 on Fox. We'll hear from you. We'll hear from Rob, too. Rob will jump in here.
I was wrong.
And Rob said the Spurs were not going to lose another game. So I know he was all up, baby oiled up, feeling good. What did I tell you? They're smacking the Knicks.
You want to know what's the sad part?
What's that?
I'm not even a sports fan, but I'll give you a take. The fact that Fox at the last of that game right there tried to shoot that up so quickly, and you're an 8-year veteran, bro, when you talk about having no game or heart, it's simple to say, like, the Knicks want to win it.
Don't tease our 4:30 or 7:30 at East. You know exactly where it is.
This is another stat that helps this argument. I know we're about to go to break, but 2026 Knicks are 2-0. NBA team record when trailing by 20-plus points in the fourth quarter of a playoff game since 1997. Knicks are 2-0 in 2026. Rest of the NBA, 3-750.
Ding!
And how many of the 3 are theirs from last year?
That might be 2 out of the 3.
Yeah.
And the Pacers might be the other one from last year.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's right. So 877-99 on Fox. We'll take your calls. What did you see? Was it a choke job? Did the Knicks snatch their heart? We want to hear from you. And we'll hear from Rob as well. It is the Odd Couple on a TV theme song Thursday. Stick with your boys, Fox Sports Radio. But let me tell you about Express Pros. Of course, we've been telling you about them for years. If you are tired of scrolling, job boards, submitting application after application, never hearing back, there is a better way to find work with real people on your side. At Express Employment Professionals, you don't pay a fee ever. One application connects you to multiple job opportunities, not just one posting lost online. And when you work for Express, you get paid faster with weekly pay. Go to expresspros.com to find a location near you and give them a call. With Express, you get a local team that knows employers in your community and is dedicated to helping you succeed in your job search. Plus, Express offers free skills training to help you grow, gain confidence, and open the door to better opportunities. Best of all, Express is locally owned, so they understand your job market and have great connections to a variety of jobs. And remember, no fees for job seekers. Stop searching alone. Get support, get options, and get to work. Last year, Express helped more than 400,000 people find work. Visit expresspros.com to find your local Express Employment Professionals office today.
We are Buckmore.
Brandon, are you up to speed on Patrick Mahomes at all? The deal?
Yeah, I mean, I can give you the details.
Break that down for us.
500 plus million.
$500. Can you break that down for us?
Yeah, I got you. Yeah, so they added 2 years to his deal through the 2033 season, value of $504.75 million in total. Beginning in 2027, when the new money begins, the deal averages $64 million a year. And I believe, yes, first NFL deal valued over $500 million.
$500 million. Man, the money is crazy right now in sports. In sports in general, where you can pinpoint
TV
a guy.
revenues up, baby.
Yep, and you can pinpoint a guy. Even we're in a crazy space where, like, they're going to be a billionaire. Like, Wemby's going to be a billionaire. Right? It's just a matter of time. Patrick Mahomes is going to be a billionaire. Yep. Like when you can just pimp. Caleb Williams, maybe, if the trajectory keeps going. It's kind of crazy where we are in sports right now with the money being so big. I said that to say, I find with Kevin, when we're talking about Patrick Mahomes and the money, and obviously the Chiefs, they didn't make the postseason for the first time, but they had a run of 10 years, the longest stretch current in the NFL, and obviously if they failed this past season. But to me, when it's all said and done, Drake May, MVP candidate, gets to the Super Bowl. Sam Darnold wins the Super Bowl. Matthew Stafford, your MVP. Caleb Williams, one of the best, far comebacks, set the, tied for the record with that, most comebacks in the season. All these great things, all these great guys. At the end of the day, for me, Ephraim, Patrick Mahomes is still the guy. When I think of just games on the line, need a win,
really?
Who's going to win this guy? Yeah. It's just for me. And I just still.
After the last 2 years.
Yeah. And that's could be the success of the beginning bias.
Let me ask you, and I'm going to jump in. Yep. After the last 2 years, statistically, right, no Pro Bowls, and the injury. So who are we going – now, look, I'm not taking anything away from Patrick Mahomes' greatness. But after what he's shown us the last 2 years, 2 years ago, healthy the whole year, last year got cut short because of the injury. And coming off the injury, is he the standard bearer, or is someone like, I don't know,
is it Matthew Stafford? The only but the reason why I would hesitate on Matthew Stafford is singularly just more so with I'm not
Josh Allen.
If Josh Allen is right there, but I have to be fair to the point that he just hasn't been able to get it done, right? And that's what we go. And that's what quarterbacks and star players in the NBA. Those are the two guys that we judge you on. Pitchers, your team can stink, Skeens, and you still be you're the best. You can never win a ring in baseball and still be the best. That's just a different sport. If you're a quarterback, right or wrong, it's on you. Who's everybody tired of right now? Lamar Jackson. They're at the I get it. You're MVP. You put up great numbers and all these.
Got to get over the hump.
You got to get over the hump. Josh Allen, you're MVPs and you're all that. Got to get over the hump. Matthew Stafford, to his credit, finally got over the hump. Fell short this year and left a bad taste in their mouth because I think they feel that Seahawk ring was supposed to be theirs. That's how I think Matthew Stafford.
Oh yeah, 1,000%.
And the Rams feel.
Well, that's why they went and did what they did with.
Going to get Myles Garrett.
Myles Garrett, yeah,
absolutely, and McDuffie. And they're like, we're about to right the ship and get right back there.
Yep.
But with that being said, if you wanted to say Matthew Stafford because he's the current reigning MVP, I'm not mad at that. Joe Burrow's going to be interesting this year to see coming back. He's been injured the last couple years, be beat up. The team, defensively, they've made some moves. So it'll be interesting to see. I got to wait and see. And you look at Patrick Mahomes, 24 touchdowns, I believe it was 11 interceptions. Not a great year on those numbers. We could have seen the rest of the year. We would have seen what those total numbers be. I just think at this current stage, for me, he's still the guy. I could be wrong, but I just still believe. And obviously, I believe the way he's structured his deal over the last handful of years, taking a little pay cut, trying to work with the team, he deserves this money. When you're comparing other guys like Dak Prescott making 60, he's like, well, I know Patrick deserves that. I got 2-time MVP, 3-time Super Bowl champ. Why can't he? Eric Bieniemy is back. We'll see if that's going to be a huge help for them to get them back running this offense better. They got some more weapons as well coming in too. So to me, for him, this is almost what you were saying. All right, this is that last little. Are you really that guy still, or are you just a guy like a good? He's a good guy. Are you in the mix now? That pack of everybody, or are you still lead dog? To me, this season is going to be that. Obviously, coming off injury, but you got some weapons.
Is he going to be available at the beginning?
He might miss the first week or two.
No, they keep saying, "Oh, he's going to be."
I'll give you a week or two.
Hey, man.
Maybe if he misses the first week.
We don't know, and he doesn't know how he's going to respond coming off that the injury, the ACL. So.
Fox Sports Radio, Odd Couple, Rob Parker, Kelvin Washington, TV theme song Thursday. Rob, you want to sing this? You ain't in the singing mood right now.
I'm fine.
Then jump on in.
I was wrong. Stop playing that, Alex. I was right.
You were right? Rob's here. We're going to get to what Rob had to say in just a second. I got to tell you about the fact that we have to talk about this. Stop overpaying for gas. Gas Buddy, Rob, they're going to help you find the lowest prices right around the corner. Plus, you can earn points for extra 10 cents off a gallon. Download the free Gas Buddy app today. Choose your road to savings. And we all know gas prices are whooping our butts right now. Gas prices are tough, so make sure you go check them out. Gas Buddy app, go download that. All right, so here's what we're going to do. All of you, phone lines are lit up, Rob. What we'll do is, Rob, we want to get your thoughts on the game, and then we'll swing back on the calls on the other side of Monty here in just a bit. So just to rehash, for me, Rob, me looking at this game, I thought the Knicks absolutely came in and stole this thing and have a history of it. We have a track record of them winning being down 20-plus games. There's only happened 3 times out of 700 and something times. They got 2 of them. They did it last year multiple times, down 20. Me and you talked about this. The Celtics chucking up all those threes. Game 1 and 2 on the road, the Knicks come back. 22 down to the Cavs, they come back 7.5 line. They've also been on the other side. What you said, fire Tibbs. Give up 14, and you're up 14 with 2.5. They've been on the side of collapsing. All of that yields to experience. All of that yields to, man, keep inching away. And the Spurs, that's been my knock on the Spurs. I think they're a great team. You know, I've mentioned that. But I just think the lack of inexperience, and it keeps showing, Rob. Every game, they've been up by double digits. Every game.
I totally disagree with your analysis of what happened. Totally. Because you just said it. There's a common denominator, which is always teams with big leads continuing to shoot threes. The Celtics lost a Game 7 at home. That's what they did. They missed 9 straight threes. When the Spurs were up 25 points, they shot 9 straight threes and didn't make one of them. Again, that's where you open the door. This is a collapse. Yes, the Knicks walked through the door. They won the game. But if you don't think this is a choke job, one of the biggest in the history of the NBA, and the Spurs were the ones who gave this gift-wrap this game to the Knicks, you're crazy because you talk about experience. De'Aaron Fox, is he a 20-year-old? He just got into the league? De'Aaron Fox.
No, he's 28.
Oh, okay. So he's a veteran in the NBA, right? You get the rebound of a loose ball, and there's 10 seconds to go. What do you do, Kelvin? What do you do? He says, I was trying to put the team up by 3. No. The Knicks have to foul you. You dribble around the clock as much time off as you can. You make your free throws. You don't go to the basket. That's a veteran making that move. Wemby let them down. He missed 2 free throws. That was huge during the collapse there. Wemby did the right thing in trying to guard Jalen Brunson. I believe that if Wemby wasn't out there to try to defend that shot, that would have went in. It was just short, right? Wemby was out there. And the Knicks got a once-in-a-lifetime tip-in that could have gone either way. If he tips that ball and it doesn't go in, that's not the conversation you're having. You're having a conversation of how did the Knicks, how did they come in, the Spurs, and even put that on to be in a position to get back to even the series. So, yes, the Knicks did what they were supposed to do once the door was open and they made their shots, and this is what happens. But if you can look at their coaching staff and think that the coach isn't to blame and the play, are you kidding me? Like, this is textbook. We've seen it over and over and over again. When the Knicks came back in those games you're talking about, the Boston Celtics missed 75 out of 100 three-pointers. Live by the 3, die by the 3. And if you're the Spurs and you're coaching, you got to say, we shot the lights out in the first half. They're not going down in the second half. We need a new game plan. They were in the bonus in the fourth quarter. Attack the basket. Get free throws. Get points out of it. All you have to do is stop the Knicks from putting together a 10 or 12-point run by getting free throws, by getting to the basket. This is elementary basketball. All the former players and people I talked to today all said, are you kidding me? They've never seen anything like this because none of it makes sense.
And that
it just doesn't. None of it.
So what I said, Rob, was in order to come back from 29, 20, 18, the other team, either the team that was up, absolutely has to have some boneheaded plays, right? You can't just come back from 29
No,
down.
but I'm just my biggest thing is you're talking about the young team and the guy who made the biggest blunder. Remember, it's a 1-point game, 10 seconds, and you have the ball. Seriously,
but no. So
Kelvin,
right.
that's the game. You just secured the ball underneath the Knicks basket, right? You have it. You just got the ball. I mean, they
get the steal. He gets the steal. He goes down, and he in his mind is faster than everybody. He's been probably his whole life.
No. That's not winning basketball.
He said. I'm not saying what he should. I'm talking about his mind.
Come on, man. You play basketball. That is the dumbest play I've ever seen. Dumbest play.
Ever. But he's supposed to.
Yes, it is.
That's to me.
That's the dumbest play I've ever seen.
Anybody looking at that and thinking about that game fell on De'Aaron Fox is absolutely that's ridiculous to me. And that's why again I don't like when people they're just simply on the Spurs because Mike Brown puts in Alvarado, who normally would not be getting these crunch time minutes, and he changes the complexity of the game. He hits 8 key shots, 2 threes, and he does that Bob Cousy-looking layup. He plays good defense, and he also relieves Brunson
none of that matters.
That does matter because it keeps them in there. They keep making shots.
No, it
doesn't.
No, it doesn't. It doesn't matter if the Spurs just played not exceptional basketball. You get it. You are on fire in the first half. You have to understand that stuff balances out. No one's going to shoot that well the entire game. That's where coaching comes in.
Okay, this is my last point before we get to Monty. When does a team ever do that? Because every time you tell me the so-and-so coach and I need to fire that coach because who loses that type of game?
Yeah, because I told you about last year. Didn't I tell you about Tim?
Are they firing
Didn't I tell you about Tim?
Are they firing Mitch Johnson? You would fire Mitch Johnson.
Yes, I would.
So why does everybody get fired? I'm saying your team.
Because he can't coach. He can't coach. Are you kidding me?
That's my point.
Can't coach.
He's 38 or not inexperienced.
Can't coach.
This is his first go at it. That's been my whole point to you.
Can't coach,
but you showing how inexperienced they are game after game.
I think that sometimes the difference between me and you is you really think a 14-point lead in the first half of an NBA game means you're going to win the game.
No.
That's nothing. Yes, you are. You keep talking about they had a 14-point lead in the first half and they lost that game. 14 points in a
The Knicks have won multiple games by 20.
No, I'm talking about that
regularly.
game. I'm talking about the game you're talking about that they gave up game 1 because they were up by 14 in the first half. They gave that game up.
Game 2 because Wemby throws a turnover and commits the foul and misses a shot to win it.
He missed a shot. They are 2 shots away from being up 3-1.
But don't say he just missed a shot because then if Fox gets his shot
if Wemby makes that shot, and if they hold on to the ball and don't go to the basket. There's 2. I'm giving you 2 plays. I'm giving you 2 plays. 2. Not 1,000 plays. I'm giving you 2 plays.
And if Mike Brown decides to throw the towel in and say, well, this ain't our game.
And that was another ridiculous thing that I ever heard. Who's going to throw the towel in on an NBA Finals game? On an NBA Finals game? Give me Kelvin.
At the certain point, you say this ain't our game.
Give me the NBA Finals game where a coach threw the towel in. You must be crazy. You ain't never seen that in your life. Give me the NBA Finals game when you're at home with 3 quarters to go or 2 quarters, and you're going to throw the towel in.
We'll get it back.
No, you're not. No, you're not.
They can win because they have a track record
Ain't no
of
way in
pulling
the world. No way. Get out of here with that. That's crazy.
So the Spurs,
that's crazy talk.
So the Spurs, who are absolutely
what coach?
dominant.
Give me an example of a coach who would quit in an NBA Finals game at home to go on the road.
I absolutely will.
You can't give me one.
Will. So the Spurs
call off the dogs.
So
we can't win this game.
So
Go
the
ahead.
Knicks do nothing.
Let's quit.
Brunson isn't finally efficient making a bunch of shots. OG Anunoby is an incredible 30-something points on a crazy efficiency game as well. You get Alvarado who plays incredible minutes. You start turning them ball over. They get 9 turnovers.
Dogs.
You get
call off the dogs in an NBA Finals game. You must be quit. When I heard that, I threw up in my mouth twice.
De'Aaron Fox doesn't miss that. Anunoby blocks that shot, but he doesn't get any credit. So everything is on the Spurs.
Can I show you the foul that was on that play too? Can I show you you got the picture? You want me to send it to you?
If you talk about that foul.
I'm just saying. No, I'll show it to you.
Pull it up.
I'll just show it to you.
Text it to me.
I will.
And with that being said, let's get to Monty. Monty, my bad. I know it's you answer phone. Should we get to Monty? What should I do? Get to Monty? Monty, hop in. Phone calls lighten up. We'll get to those in a second.
I don't even know how to jump in here because Rob, I'm with you, Kelvin. It's like, it's not that the Spurs didn't blow it. That's not it. It's not that the Spurs inexperience didn't come out. It's not that they made a million mistakes that you would hope a veteran doesn't do, like what De'Aaron Fox said, and even after the game saying, I thought I could outrun him. Like, it's not that those didn't happen. But I think it's because it's the Knicks, right? Like, we've seen them come back and do this. So for me, it's like, how do we not say that the Knicks were the sole reason that this happened? Did they fall apart? They absolutely did. But they didn't fall apart on their own. They fell apart because the Knicks caused them to. And I feel like that's what we're saying.
That's what I told you. Avalanche doesn't happen without some heat coming.
100%.
Mudslide without some rain. You got to put it on them.
Well, the city of New York has declared June 11th, 2026 as OG Anunoby Appreciation Day. The Manhattan Borough president put a picture of the proclamation. So now we will always have an OG Anunoby Appreciation Day in New York City following that game. One of the greatest shots, unbelievable. But the World Cup has officially started, fellas. Mexico defeated South Africa 2-0. This is Group A, and it was the first match to kick everything off. Still to come at South Korea and Czechia. You can catch this on FS1. It's going to start at 10 Eastern from Guadalajara, Mexico. What else is going on tonight? Well, it's the Stanley Cup final. It's Game 5 between the Golden Knights and the Hurricanes. That's going to start in less than 30 minutes. It's Game 5, and this series is tied at 2 apiece. In Major League Baseball, Shohei Ohtani has homered, his 13th homer, I believe, of the season. The Dodgers lead the Pirates 3-0. It's the top of the 4th inning. The Mariners are up on the Orioles in Baltimore 1-0. Bottom of the 2nd inning about to start. The Cubs outscored the Rockies in Colorado 9-3. Rangers doubled up on the Royals 4-2 was the final there. And the Mets edged the Cardinals 5-4. In the NFL, the Broncos gave head coach Sean Payton a 5-year deal that goes through the 2030 season, and a Texas grand jury has indicted former Jets linebacker Darren Lee on murder charges in the death of his girlfriend in February. In college football, Texas Attorney General Ken Paxton warned the Big 12 that they could face substantial liability if they act against Texas Tech for playing quarterback Brendan Sorsby. Back to you guys.
Thank you, Monty.
Yes.
It is the Odd Couple, Rob and Kelvin on a TV themes on Thursdays. Let's get to a few calls here. By the way, professional truck and bus drivers train for thousands of miles, but even the best drivers need more space to maneuver their long vehicle around a tight corner. So hang back, give them extra room to turn safely, stay clear, stay safe. America's pros rely on you, paid by FMCSA. All right, Rob, let's get us some calls real quick.
All right, Tony in D.C., you're on the Odd Couple, Fox Sports Radio. What's up, Tony?
Fellas, what's good? 2 quick points here. Rob, I'm with you. That De'Aaron Fox play was so egregious. Richard Jefferson, Legler, and Mike Breen didn't even say something about it because I think they were in shock that he shot the ball.
That doesn't even make sense. What basketball?
And my second point is the most egregious part with Wemby is he plays on one of the franchises with two of the greatest big men in history. You can't tell me since the moment he set foot on American soil, they have not been working with him for a go-to move at moments like that. Wemby is soft. He should have been like, look, I'm going down here, give me the ball in this spot, and I'm going to do what I do. But when he gets the ball, unless he's catching the oop, he's really soft with it. So he doesn't have the faith in himself to go to the post because I saw him was jacking up threes, and that's unsatisfactory.
All right, Tony, thanks for the call. Appreciate it. I guess Ephraim is trying to chime in here. What's going on?
Yeah.
You get theme song even when you're out the blue, call us, Ephraim.
Even look, I always told you guys I listen to your show. I love the show. I'm a fan. Not only, a contributor, but Rob, you're absolutely right. And sometimes it pains me to say this. You're absolutely right. That play that De'Aaron Fox made is probably the worst basketball play in the history of basketball.
Thank you. Ephraim, you play basketball.
I do.
You play basketball.
I coach basketball.
Come on,
I coach
dude.
Basketball. I'm coaching 12-year-olds, and I've lost a championship game when we were up by 2 points and had the ball with 20 seconds left, and my point guard came down and shot a three and airballed it. There was no shot clock. We didn't have to do anything but hold the ball and force them to foul. And he shot the ball and airballed, and we end up losing that game. You never give the team an opportunity. It was 11 seconds left when he stole the ball. If he just runs around, he's going to burn at least 4 or 5 seconds off the clock. That means he goes to the free throw line up by 1 with 4 or 5 seconds left in the game.
Thank you.
And period.
Dude, come on.
Nobody's debating that. That's the most obvious. He's supposed to Bob Cousy that. I don't argue that. But everybody acting like that was the game, that's my argument. Nobody's question. I sit in real time at home by myself. Why would he shoot that?
If he does that, that is the play that kills you because you're talking about how young they are. He's not a young player. He has to know that. No.
He has one series. What do you mean no? He has nothing but lose in Sacramento. He played
That's
one
basketball, man. That's basketball. That ain't got nothing to do with no final.
Kelvin. De'Aaron Fox has been an all-pro basketball player.
Come on, dude. He knows how to play.
Listen, as a starter on that team, you can't make that play. And on top of that, I'm not letting Mitch Johnson off the hook.
Thank you.
Shame on him. Listen, and I'll let you guys have the show back. But they were up by 20 or more points for 70 to 80% of that game. Victor Wembanyama played 44 minutes. How is that even a thing? Why would you play your star?
I brought that up earlier.
And you were up by 20 or more points for 80% of a basketball game. Why would you rest him for 4 minutes? That is the dumbest thing I've ever seen in my life, and that is why that's why they're down 3-1. I appreciate you guys. You guys take it away.
No doubt.
Thank you.
Rob, I don't know if you were able to hear the first segment. That's what I was saying. I said that he put him out for 58 seconds. He goes, have a seat. And then all of a sudden they start making a run. He goes, wait, get back in. And I mentioned that. Wemby, we talked about it. Blood clot last year, only playing 30 minutes this year. Wemby is tied, and he needed those rests. He needed those minutes. And again, Mitch Johnson doesn't know what he's doing right now. He's trying to figure this thing out in real time, and it's backfired on him. All right, do we want to get more calls?
Yes, 877-99 on Fox.
That's right, 877-99 on Fox. We'll do a Jekyll City and a tie rack play of the day. I know a lot of folks been wanting to get in. We just haven't had a chance to. We'll do that. It is The Odd Couple on a TV theme song Thursday. Stick with your boys, Fox Sports Radio.
You guys remember Texas Tech star quarterback Brendan Sorsby. He made waves about a month ago, right, when he was ruled ineligible by the NCAA after they discovered he had wagered approximately $90,000, which is Rob's Magic City fund for the year.
Were they all in singles?
That's what I heard. On professional and college sports wagering over 4 years, including 40 bets involving Indiana football when he was on the team in 2022. Okay, so he was going to be suspended forever, basically. And what did he do? He did what all these young kids do nowadays. Got his attorneys involved. They filed a lawsuit against the NCAA. And on Monday, a judge granted a temporary injunction against the NCAA that would clear the way for him to play this upcoming season. The only, I guess, caveat is they mutually agreed that he would sit out the first 2 games as punishment.
Okay. And I know people will take a look at the player, Sorby, right? And it's his fault. And the NCAA is right in that he should be suspended, shouldn't be able to play college football. But guess what?
What's that?
You got the wrong guy here, because I'm telling you that it's not Sorby's fault. This is where we are, Kelvin, with the NCAA, college football, all these sports, and the idea of getting in bed with gambling. So this has been made before. It was such a taboo. And now that it's easy in your mobile device, it's easy to do. Why wouldn't you take advantage of it? You know what I mean? Like I can control the game. I can make things happen. And there's money to be made. Kelvin, have you watched and read some of the reports on players throwing games for $2,000? It ain't
$200,000.
It's $2,000. And now the NCAA has a problem because of what this judge just did, right? There's a problem. Look at what they did with Sorby. What are they going to do to me? Right? All they got to do is sue the NCAA. They have zero. They have nothing. They don't have anything as far as leverage or power or something. They opened this can of worms. We've seen players now. Everybody's doing it. In the NBA, there's an NBA head coach who was involved, right? The gambling aspect. I'm telling you, I wish I could blame the kids. I'm not going to blame the kids. I'm going to blame the institution. I remember the days when Mickey Mantle and Willie Mays couldn't represent Major League Baseball. They were retired players. Casinos open in New Jersey, Kelvin. You know what the baseball said? If you do that, you can't wear a uniform. You can't come to opening day. You can't be associated with baseball. When I was a kid, there's no way I ever would have believed that Las Vegas would have a football team, right? A hockey team.
WNBA team.
WNBA. Well, definitely WNBA. I definitely didn't think that. They're building a baseball stadium on the Strip.
And basketball.
For the A's, and basketball's coming. This is what I'm saying to you. It was taboo. Once they took the gambling money and they got in bed with gambling, this is what you're going to have. You think this is the beginning? It's the tip of the iceberg. You think he's the only college player who's gambling?
We've already known that. We've already that's been exposed. We already know there's been college basketball. There's been obviously some college football. We're fully aware of this. What makes it interesting, though, Rob, is to me the reasoning for the judge's decision. The judge, listen to this. He emphasized that Sorsby needed eligibility to build the skills necessary to maximize his own success. And I'm going to continue here. And then he went on to say that, monetary damages couldn't remedy the harm of missing out elite coaching, training resources, and team membership. What that just said to me was there's absolutely no excuses, no consequences for being a part of what you mentioned with the gambling. This wasn't a bad day. This wasn't a singular game. They've got it that he's done. There are thousands of bets, specifically 40, in which the team he's a part of. 40. And so this wasn't just they caught him at Vegas being young and dumb and he put something. I get that, right?
He's like,
kids.
I'm in control of this game.
This is what he's been doing for years. And so what makes this, again, is now you got other students, to your point, who are going to be a part of this go, well, if all he got, because what happens and what is it about law? Precedent. My wife's a lawyer. It's about precedent. All right, let's get to it, Rob. It's the Yacht Club of Rob Parker, Kelvin Washington on a TV theme song Thursdays. And right now, Rob, if you're ready, let's get to Jekyll City.
Welcome to Jekyll City.
.7 left. No timeouts remaining. Anunoby is handed the ball. Finds Brunson at midcourt. Launches a straight on three. Missed it short. Tip by Anunoby. He put it in. Anunoby put it in. The Knicks take the lead with 1.2 to go. Anunoby
It's not
out
over.
of nowhere.
There you have it, Knicks Radio on the call. That is your Tire Rack play of the day, brought to you by Tire Rack. And for over 40 years, Tire Rack's been helping customers find the right tires for how, for what, and where they drive. Ship fast and free, backed by free road hazard protection. With convenient installation options like mobile tire installation. TireRack.com, the way tire buying should be. All right, Rob, if you got the list, let's get to some calls. Let's take a few more before we break again here.
All right, let's get to it. Brandon sent me the list. All right, here we go. Let's go to Philip in El Paso. You're on the Odd Couple Fox Sports Radio. Philip.
What's up, everybody? How's it going?
What's up, Philip?
Doing good. What's up, buddy?
How's it going?
Good.
Hey, do y'all remember, you guys remember before the season started when the Knicks were looking for a new coach and everybody was making fun of them because they were bringing everybody through that door and they couldn't make a decision?
Yes.
And now the Knicks are laughing because Mike Brown is exactly what that team needed. And the San Antonio Spurs need a Mike Brown. I'm not saying that Mitch Johnson isn't going to learn and be a good coach, but he is totally getting out-coached right now. And that's what a young team that's developing, like the Spurs, they need a veteran coach, a voice that they all respect and learn from on the fly because that guy's been there before.
I would fire Mitch.
That should have never happened. That play of the day, you guys shouldn't even be playing that right now.
Right. Hey, thanks for the call. We appreciate it.
So, yeah, that's my.
Rob,
all right, got you.
Who's allowed to make a mistake is what I'm asking with you.
It's not about making a mistake. It's about the same thing happening over and over. I've seen firsthand. Rick Carlisle was the coach of the Pistons. He didn't make any mistakes. They got a chance to upgrade with a more experienced, better coach at the time.
Experience is the point.
At the time.
Mitch Johnson has to get the experience.
No, he can get it, but not with Wemby and not with that team. There's no way you should be here and losing games. If you lose because you're not good enough, that's one thing. Let's get
All right, who we got?
Can we squeeze in another one?
We got time.
Kevin in Culver City. You're on the Odd Couple. Fox Sports
early.
Radio.
God is
Kev.
All the time.
I'm with Rob. Kelvin, just let me have the floor. I know you're right. You picked the Knicks. But this flies flat on Mitch Johnson having these guys shoot 8 straight threes, not going to the basket. And De'Aaron Fox, look, you play basketball at a high level, Kelvin. You play point guard. You know good and damn well with the clock winding down, you dribble the ball out and you get fouled. Ginobili is one of the best shot blocker defensive players in the league. He's gonna come and contest the shot.
Yes,
he's either gonna foul you or you're gonna run the clock down. For him to not recognize being the youngest OG vet on the team that you got to take the clock down at that point to get that ball back and secure it is just beyond me. And it was a dumb move, and it was a dumb play. And Kobe Bryant, anybody Shaq, would have checked him in the locker room after that play. Now they got 2 games in front of them. Wemby could do something about it. Maybe they could make this a series and win it, and we won't hear about it. But they had an opportunity to win that game. That's on De'Aaron Fox for not winding that clock down and making a bonehead play. This team was up by 29 points.
Wait.
100%, Kelvin.
I don't disagree with that he shouldn't have shot it. I completely get that. But all I'm saying is Wemby is your superstar. Mitch Johnson's your coach. We love Castle. We love Harper and all these other guys. But all of a sudden it's that one single play. That's the only issue I have when everybody keeps saying that. More on the other side. It's the Odd Couple. You know what time it is. It's your boys.
Let's get it. The Odd Couple is fun.
Check.
And informative.
Check.
What's up, America? You want to talk sports with 1.5 of the best-looking guys in the game?
That game was incredible.
You are wrong. You'll be king of the water cooler.
What's it like working with Rob? Rob in his mind is like Chris Rock mixed with Richard Pryor, so I'm running out of fake laughs. Ha ha, Rob. Rob is very passionate.
Son, you ain't ready for this. I don't have BS in my game. I'm straightforward. I'm honest. You say Brady's the greatest quarterback of all time, but Eli Manning beat him twice. And, of course, it doesn't hurt that I'm right most of the time. Kelvin is the nice guy, wants to make everybody feel warm and fuzzy.
You done? Let me tell you the truth. I bring the energy, a youthful energy. Rob's not gonna see this, is he? And I bring an honest opinion. Michael Jordan, I can't take it anymore. I need a break. I'm gonna go play baseball.
Trash Talking Tuesday is the best.
It's a great opportunity for folks to call in and they get to trash whomever.
Who you trashing, Roger?
I'm trashing LeBron James and Michael Jordan.
Oh, okay.
They can't even hold Wilt Chamberlain's shoes.
Stop talking about the king like that. It's a new era. Let LeBron be the best, please.
I only recognize one king in the United States, and that's Burger King. The connection with the Odd Couple audience is incredible. We really invite them in.
And they can relate, whether it be things about our own personal lives or our takes on sports.
Love you guys. You guys are killing it.
Hey, we appreciate you. Thank you for rocking with your boys. They feel like it's just my guys, just my friends, and they join right in on the show.
We talk with the listeners, not at them.
Obviously, you can listen to us live, but you can still check out the podcast. You can check out our YouTube. You can check us out on social media. So in any way you want to get it, you can get it.
Yes.
There's some yelling. It is some hot takes. It's a whole lot of fun. I'll give you that.
It is fun. I agree. Begrudgingly.
The Odd Couple.
Sports talk that's too good and too fun.
the Stanley Cup final is about to begin between the Hurricanes and the Golden Knights, where the series is tied at 2 apiece. In other NHL news, Tampa Bay Lightning star Nikita Kucherov has won the Hart Trophy as the NHL's MVP for a second time. The World Cup is officially underway, and this afternoon, Mexico defeated South Africa 2-0 in Group A to win the opening match of the 2026 World Cup. Still to come, South Korea taking on Czechia at 10 Eastern from Guadalajara, Mexico. In the NFL, the Panthers and wide receiver Jalen Coker agreed to terms on a 3-year extension worth $35 million with incentives up to $41 million, while the Broncos gave head coach Sean Payton a new 5-year deal that goes through the 2030 season. In the WNBA, the Fever lead the Sky at halftime, 46-40. Caitlin Clark has 14 points. In baseball, the Dodgers are shutting out the Pirates 5-0 top of the 5th inning. I'm Monty Bolaños.
Can this sports writer and this sports fan share a radio show without driving each other crazy? Now, live from the Fox Sports Radio studios, here's Fox Sports Radio's Odd Couple, Rob Parker and Kelvin Washington.
It is the Odd Couple, hour number 2 on a funky Flashback Friday.
Number 2.
Rob Parker, Kelvin Washington.
Rob, try that again. It's Thursday.
Oh, what is it? What did I say? A
It's
funky
Thursday.
Flashback Friday. It is Thursday. I'm in New York. I'm kind of frazzled. It's been a long week already. All right. It is the Odd Couple on a TV theme song Thursday. Rob Parker, Kelvin Washington here on Fox Sports Radio. And you are locked into the best sports talk radio show on the planet, where we love to hear from you as well. All right. Hi, it is Rob Parker. That's right. And we need to talk. Stop overpaying for gas. Gas Buddy will help you find the lowest prices right around the corner. Plus, earn points for extra 10 cents off a gallon. Download the free Gas Buddy app today. Choose your road to savings. It makes so much sense. Also, check us out on YouTube. You can be watching the show right now. That's right. See me and Kelvin here on the program. So make sure you just go to Odd Couple FSR on YouTube and hit that subscribe button. Again, just search Odd Couple FSR and subscribe. A lot to get to, including Tommy Beer. He's an author and founder of Knicks-centric Substack. So we will talk with him in about 28 minutes. So still a lot to get to, and Shop Talk. So hour number 2 is action-packed here, Kelvin.
How was your night, man? For some reason, I didn't, because everything was Nick on my every single app timeline. I got to pull you up to see, what it looked like. Did you post some stuff?
Yeah, it was absolutely fantastic. About 20 friends showed up to celebrate my 40th anniversary at Citi Field. It was great.
Wait, you buried the headline. This is how I know you out of news, bro. You buried the headline. Friends since Moby Dick was a guppy.
My friend did that. Is that not awesome? That's my all-time favorite picture.
No, I got to give it up for
Alex, you saw that. Did you laugh?
I rolled over in the car.
No, I got to give it
Seriously.
to him.
That was amazing.
Whoever did that killed that. I'll give him credit. That
was beautifully done.
It was really, really well done. And some of those guys I've been friends with since I was in high school and growing up in the neighborhood.
Yeah.
And the Mets sent a nice message out about my and then they talked about it today on MLB Network. So it's been great. I'm glad that I was able to come back and share that moment with my friends and stuff. So
yeah, let me go to your
there we go,
story.
40 down and maybe 5 more, God willing. So I'm very thankful and blessed.
Yeah, man, it was dope to look at. Yeah, I told you I didn't get, how the timeline, it only puts up whatever. So I just got to see that. That's hilarious. Good stuff. Told the people that's what you were out there doing, celebrating, and so that's great.
Kelvin, bad job by you too.
Well, thank you.
The real lead is why Rob Parker looks like he's a kid in a candy store. His cheesing is out of this world.
Let me go look at this again.
You look so happy, Rob.
I was definitely. Did you see the
on
one
him?
with?
He's
did you
so
see the
pumped.
picture of me and Mr. Met?
Yes, you look so pumped.
Wait, where is that? Why don't I see that one?
All right, I'm going to send that. Elijah, put that up. Me and Mr. Met was hanging out. I think I got engaged after hanging out with him for a minute. I think we got engaged.
Rob, did you break the die? Did you have a couple?
No, I did. I ate the hot dogs out of the bun and then no beer.
All right, 'cause now you looking Rob, you looking a little happy. You looking a little happy right there. No, that's
Elijah.
dope.
If you get a chance, put that picture up. Me and of course
Mr.
Matt.
Mr. Matt.
It's
yes,
so cool.
And it really is. And then the Mets had a nice message for me. Again, I told you that. And Elijah, if you can, put that picture up. That would be great for people.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you.
Dope. Well, I'm glad you enjoyed it, man. I told the people where you were and enjoying it. Let's go here. Obviously the Knicks have been on this run at one point in time, 13 in a row. Then they lose game 3 and they bounce back in a ridiculous, crazy way. Last night was just, amazing comeback for them. Epic collapse for some people, how they view it with the Spurs. I know that's how you view it. But the constant has been to me throughout this postseason, Rob, for them, and I think they've been fortunate for this, has been OG Anunoby. Matter of fact, somebody just said something hilarious. They said, my daughter going to be mad to the mug when I name her Anna Noby. And OG Anunoby has been incredible for them. And, in fact, throughout this postseason, I've made mention of it a few times, that he's quietly just been the best player on the Knicks. We know Brunson is the engine. We know he's the face of the team. And we know Cat is more talented. We know that. But the just constant for this Knicks team has been OG Anunoby round by round. And every team kind of has to have that guy that I might not get the headlines, I might not be on the marquee, but you can depend on me. And he's become that for them. And it's been a reminder, too, for I was telling this earlier last hour, Rob, he is a champion with the Raptors. And I think he obviously was able to learn something from that experience, learn some of the steady and even killness from Kawhi Leonard, because he has that. And he has been absolutely the guy that they can depend on just for constant and consistency. You're talking about a guy averaging 21 a game during this postseason, 6 boards, couple assists, steal and a half, couple of steals, and it is shooting at 48%, 40 from 3. He's just been the guy. And then can guard essentially 1 through 5 for them, which has been huge, being able to put him on the best wings, being able to put some bigs, being able to throw him on Wemby for a lot of possessions. And every team needs an OG Anunoby type of guy in order to win, a guy that you can say, I know so-and-so's a bigger name. I know that guy might be the all-star, but at certain points, he's our best player, and he's been their most consistent throughout this postseason, and I think that saved them. Brunson has been actually inefficient throughout this postseason. You and I have talked about it. He's some hero ball at times, or even when he's not hero ball, he's not making his shots. And credit to Spurs, their big wings, Castle, Vassell, all these guys on him, Kent Champagny, different guys giving him different looks. It's been tough for him. Karl Anthony Towns, what's been the knock on throughout his career? The up and down ride, the inconsistency. One game he looks committed, and he's had a good run with them. So I do want to say he's improved with that. But he's had a couple of games where you're like, dang, where is he? I wish he was more assertive. I wish he's more aggressive. And OG has just been that guy. And you want to talk about, Rob, I really was thinking about this. Other than Jordan in that 98 Game 6 versus the Jazz, where, of course, the last dance, the last hurrah with the Bulls for him, where he strips Karl Malone, gets the steal when Karl was trying to post up, and then he comes down and he hits the game winner for Byron Russell. That back-to-back plays by Anunoby, the block on Fox, and then the tip-in, I mean, you talk about being rewarded for your effort, being rewarded for playing hard night in, night out, being committed to that team, to go chase down that block and not concede the layup. And obviously we know Fox should have dribbled it out. I agree with that. But to go get the block, and
but you think he's not going to try to chase down and block the shot? Or I'm just saying, I'm making it like
he got the block. I'm saying
no. Okay, I thought you were talking about the effort to. You said to run it down and
right. I'm saying to chase it down, to get the block, to not.
But
concede.
I'm just saying, like that's a part of the game. You wouldn't just stop and try to let them score.
But you actually went and got it.
I get the play, but it sounded like you were making the idea that him putting in the effort to.
No,
I'm
saying a guy going to get the block when you could, just dang. He goes, he gets it, and to not watch. Human nature is you watch Brunson. That's Brunson. He done made more big shots than pretty much anybody over the last 5 years, and it's only 4 seconds, and he chucks it up. But to go in there, jump over everybody, and get the tip, that sounded crazy. And again. This has been remarkable for me to watch him throughout this postseason. And now, I always say this. The regular season is where you make your name. The playoffs are where you make your fame. OG Anunoby has made his fame.
So if it was 2-2, say that shot doesn't go in, where is he on your meter as far as MVP? I'm just curious.
I know. the tip in makes the difference because it was a winning play, right?
No. I get it. I'm just asking you one question. Would he be in your top 3 if it's 2-2 going back to San Antonio? Say he tried to tip it in, and it didn't go, go in.
Because now you're including both teams, right?
Yeah,
so now it's in no order. It would be Wemby, Brunson, and Anunoby somewhere in that mix because he's outplayed Karl-Anthony Towns now. He had 28 game with that 3. He has 30-something last night. And so now Karl-Anthony Towns, unfortunately for the Knicks, has taken he's regressed. And that's a couple of games in a row now. He obviously made key plays last night to help them win. But you get what I'm saying? Anunoby now 2 games in a row has outplayed him. And Wemby has had spectacular games, bad games, and so has Brunson. Spectacular yesterday. He's won some games. So I think that would edge him out right now. But he's on track right now to have that Andre Iguodala type where some people might have bigger numbers. Brunson might have made some more game-winning plays, but Anunoby was the constant throughout the series for them.
Yeah, I get it. Coming off of last night, there's no way if you're going to be a prisoner of the moment, you're going to obviously look at him and what he was able to do last night because they won, and it's a big factor. If things go further along and the Spurs win at home and they force a game 6 or 7, that can change a lot.
Because in order for the Spurs to win, to your point, that means maybe Wemby just went crazy, right? They got to win 3 in a row. That means Wemby just 30, and 40. You know what I mean?
But I'm just saying, right, like what can change is they get a game 6, right? They get a game 5, they force a game 6 at Madison Square Garden, and now, right, Jalen Brunson goes off and has a big game. He's going to get the MVP. If it goes in that order, do you see what I'm saying?
OG, I disrespected him too, by the way, Rod. Let me real quick. I gave you the full playoffs, specifically in the finals. 24, 4 boards, obviously, and then he's hitting almost 4 threes a game. He's shooting 58% from the field, 56% from 3, 92% from free throw. He's been their best player. Brunson, we talked about it. You don't like the hero ball. He's been inefficient. Cat, unfortunately, the last couple games hasn't been great. OG's been their best player, and he's really been it throughout the postseason for them. But go ahead, though.
Yeah, so, I mean, like I said, it just depends. I saw Kobe Bryant win the finals MVP and shot 6 for 18 or whatever. You know what I mean? And he still got it.
It was like 7 for 22 or yeah.
Something, whatever. Yep. Something really, really bad. And he still got the MVP. So I'm not. I hear what you're saying, but if Jalen Brunson hits a big shot or a big fourth quarter in Game 6, dude, they're gonna say he had the big fourth quarter in Game 1. He made the shot. They're not gonna look at the details. I guarantee you, he would win it if he has anything to do with the clinching game. That's where I'm at.
The only way I'll push back on that is we have history of where some guys have been when it's comparable. Some guys have wanted that we went, huh? I look back to when Cornbread Maxwell beats out a Bird, and you got obviously I mentioned Iguodala. We've had some some kind of in between ones where you're like, could have gone that way, could have gave it to this guy.
I think you're this is no OG. Nobody's trying to downplay what he did last night or whatever. But the Jalen Brunson hype, where they're talking about he's the greatest Knick ever, and I know this has anything to do with the writers or whatever. But if they're going to point to somebody, and if he has the game-winning shot or makes the biggest plays, you can't tell me he's not going to win the MVP.
That's why getting that tip. I totally get what you're saying because Brunson's going to make
the tip just puts him on the map because depending on how you go further. But if they lose Game 5 and Wemby goes off, then the tip is further back. Okay. Then if they go to Game 6. And the Knicks are down by 2, and Brunson makes the game-winning shot. No one's going to say he was totally inefficient. He shot, 32% from the field. Nobody will talk about that. They'll talk about the fourth quarter he had in Game 1. They'll talk about the shot that he made in Game 2 right at the end, right?
Yep.
That helped him win. And they'll talk about this one to seal the deal. That's what they'll talk about, and he'll win the MVP. I'm convinced of that.
It is made for Brunson because the luxury he has is he has the ball in his hands, right, during the last 4 or 5 minutes. So if he makes 3 shots, big shots, we remember that. But the guy that's been the glue every night in, night out, and I got to guard Wemby a lot, and then I got to switch out and guard some of the wings and players, that's been Anunoby for them. And they've been fortunate to have that kind of guy because there's a lot of teams that don't have it. I mean, we talked about some of these teams that didn't make moves during the NBA trade deadlines, and they were stuck with some middling guys and wish they would have had an Anunoby who can give you 24 a game in the finals, and he's not even a star. He's not even an all-star. You know what I mean? You'd wish you'd have that.
All right, 877-99 on Fox, 877-996-6369. Did OG lock up the NBA Finals MVP award last night? Kelvin, you say yes? Are you saying yes? It's locked up?
Oh, my bad. I'm sorry. Alex would say something. Say that again.
Oh, I said did he lock up the NBA Finals last night? What do you say? Kelvin thinks that he's put himself in a great position to be there.
He is right there. He is above Cat, and he's right there tied with Brunson.
And I think that Brunson is ahead, and Brunson has every opportunity to win it. What do you say? What did OG do last night? It was a miracle, 1.2 seconds. The Knicks win a big game, 877-99 on Fox. We'll continue that conversation next with you. It is The Odd Couple, where we deliver insight, not noise, and we respect you and honor your phone calls. We want to hear from you. It is The Odd Couple, Fox Sports Radio. Stick and stay.
Especially if you believe that the Spurs could still win it in 7 in the US of A.
All right, Rob G.
ever since.
So let's go here. The Browns.
Big trade of the day.
Said goodbye to Myles Garrett. What ramifications?
Apologies to A.J. Brown, but the big trade of the day, Myles Garrett being traded to the Los Angeles Rams for a Pro Bowl pass rusher, Jared Verse, first-round pick, second-round pick, and a third-round pick. Myles Garrett, during the show, maybe in the last 25 minutes or so, posted his farewell letter to the city of Cleveland. He closes it as such. The best days for this franchise are ahead.
Yeah, okay.
Thank you for letting me grow here. Thank you for believing in me. Loving you is easy. Leaving you is the hard part. Thank you for 9 unforgettable years.
He definitely wrote that to a girl before. He definitely wrote that to one of his ladies back in the day. He just took out her name instead of Shanika. He put Cleveland.
You know how bad it was? That he didn't take any of his clothes or furniture. He's already on a plane to L.A. He just left.
I think I just saw him on 405.
You know when you leave everything behind? I'm not
Keep
packing.
it.
I'm not packing anything up.
He left the dog.
Everything. I'm gone.
All right, so here's the obvious question, guys. Is Myles Garrett right when he says the best days for this franchise are ahead?
No. Talk about a con job. Myles Garrett is passing out $3 bills to anybody who'll listen. Come on, are you serious, Kelvin? Your best days are ahead of you. No. Do you know what the Cleveland Browns fans' message was when they traded Myles Garrett?
What's that?
That we're punting on the season, and we are telling you, buy tickets on your own discretion because we're aiming to lose. We're going to put in either Deshaun Watson to stink up the joint or Shedeur Sanders. And if I'm Shedeur, especially Shedeur, I'm saying, wow, they punted on the season. They gave up their best player, not best defensive player, their best player. And now, where does that leave the team and the organization? That means, to me, my first thought was they have their eyes set on Arch Manning. They want to be stinky. They want to be terrible. They want to be bad. So that they can get one of the top 3 picks with the draft picks, Kelvin. If they're not the worst team, they can move up to number 1 they got draft capital, right? Hey, we got some first round pick. We got here you go. That is what I got from that trade from the Cleveland perspective. this set was saying, we don't believe in Shedeur Sanders as like he's a franchise quarterback because you wouldn't do this. You don't believe you have what you want to get this franchise going. You don't give up a player of Myles Garrett talent if you think you got something brewing. So this all you Shedeur Sanders fans who are trying to tell me, oh, yeah, they got their quarterback, he's going to be there, this and that. That move, that tells you that's not what they think.
They absolutely are saying we are going to march for Arch. It is in effect for sure, or Dante Moore, one of the two, supposed to be the top two guys coming out this upcoming this next year, college football. So they're absolutely saying they're about to march for Arch. And when you get rid of a guy like that, because it's not just singularly the player, it's the message that you're conveying, right? It's the message what you're saying. You mentioned it to your fan base.
Didn't they? If you're a Cleveland Browns fan today, you understand it. Buy tickets at your own discretion.
If you just want to come out, just be out the house for a few hours, come on.
Come on.
If you want to see high-level football, don't come see us. And maybe they'll drop the prices on concessions, half off of popcorn and beer and hot dogs and all that. But absolutely, this is what they're saying. And if I'm Shedeur Sanders specifically, because Deshaun Watson, it's a mixed bag, meaning on one end, he's got good tape. And somebody may go, man, if I can just get to that Houston Texans version of him. On the other end, the last 3 seasons, we've got bad tape. So it's like, I don't know. Shedeur, you're trying to create more tape, right? You didn't have a great season last year, but you say, hey, it was my first goal. I was just getting the reps. So you're selling yourself and hopefully the team on it's only going to get better. This is not helping because there is no way they're trying to win. And what they're doing is setting up a situation where, if it's like you mentioned, whoever's going to be the starting quarterback, and I think it's going to be a carousel. I don't think the
starter
Dylan Gabriel. I think it's going to be Shedeur, and I think it's Deshaun. I think they're just going to play it out so they can say, hey, we're just trying to see who's our guy, and we're letting everybody get a crack at it. Knowing they're going to be terrible, knowing they're going to end up, 3-14. And what they didn't want from Myles Garrett, sure, he's not a quarterback. Sure, he's not can't score the points, but he can stop another team and keep you around enough that you mess around and win a game. He can tip a pass in the air and get an interception, or somebody else gets one. He can go get a sack strip fumble, and you know what I mean, and keep you in games that you're like, hey, we weren't trying to win this game. Sports Radio, it is the Odd Couple. Your boys Rob and Kelvin on a TV theme song Thursday. Were you at Peanut Gallery, Rob? You in on that?
Yeah, I like the Peanuts. Yeah.
It's fun. Charlie B, I was like in a little bit, cool. Wasn't my super thing, but probably the same amount as you. Just like, it's cool.
Yeah, definitely. It wasn't like, the Peanuts, turn that off. It wasn't like that.
Hey, Alex, you would know. Is that Lionel? What was the black peanut? The kid
Linus.
Linus.
I'm sorry. Pause. Hold on. Run that back.
Yeah. So what was
that was a little much.
Oh, wow.
Definitely wouldn't.
Hold up.
Might have picked another one. I don't know if it'd be a peanut. You know what I'm saying? Just saying.
Racist.
I think so.
Maybe so. So
wasn't it Linus?
Linus, to bring it up. Is that real? That picture of him on Thanksgiving where he was like,
no, that's not Charles. No,
I don't think that happened.
Okay, you know what I'm talking about? There's a picture there.
You don't believe that. You don't believe. Yeah,
I'm just making sure.
That's crazy.
I didn't know if I was going to have to I Have a Dream, the peanut gallery.
But the whole idea of Charles Schultz having a black character, that would make sense.
Was ahead of his time.
But you don't have to have a black character, is what I'm saying.
Right. They had that little Thanksgiving and put them out. Like, all right, make sure it's the odd couple. All right, let me get to this before we get to a couple calls here on this TV Things on Thursday. It is time to get your financial portfolio game ready. With Webull, get powerful investing tools and real-time data all in one platform. Get started by downloading the Webull app today or visiting Webull.com. Webull Financial LLC, member SIPC, FINRA. Investing involves risk, and for more information, visit Webull.com/disclosures. Tommy Beer, author and founder of Knicks Centric Substack, on the other side of trending right now. Rob, let's take some calls. 877-99 on Fox. Still early. 3-1 series. You never know what can happen, but where's OG and Anunoby? And it's going to be a lot of daughters named Anna Nobi. That's what they're saying in the streets of New York. Where is he in the MVP race right now? What have you seen from him? Giving you 24 a game, 4 boards, shooting incredible from 3 in this series. Who we got?
Is it Savvy in Houston? You're on the Odd Couple Fox Sports Radio. What's up, Savvy?
Hey, how y'all doing, Rob? Big fan. Love all your work.
Thank you.
Happy beer. So
I appreciate that, Savvy. Thank you.
I'm going to answer the OG question, but I do have a follow-up for you guys, if that's okay.
Okay,
Go ahead, shoot.
All right, so OG, I feel like, has been exactly what you've been saying, a consistent force, but I think Rob is going to win because of all the glamour that's going with Brunson. So if he does anything remotely that helps them seal the game, he's going to get the MVPs because it's a popularity thing, honestly.
Now, hold on. Now, let me ask you this, because I don't think you're completely wrong in that. I get the sentiment. But if Steph Curry was a 2-time MVP, the most popular face other than maybe LeBron at that time, and he doesn't win, why does Brunson have to win? I get your sentiment. I do totally get it. Because
he's the part that came to New York and was he's the one that people are talking about as the greatest Knick of all time and all that kind of stuff. I just think you're underestimating that part about.
I'm just saying, but like we've seen, like why does it have to? You know what I mean? We've seen it happen before.
Because he keeps making
playing better than Iguodala did then. Would you agree with that?
Yeah, but there was a different. It was about limiting LeBron compared to. Well, I hear
36 a game.
But it also tells you about Steph. What's your follow up, Bill?
So my follow-up question is this about Mitch coaching the Spurs. So for you to give up a 29-point lead, it's atrocious. It has never been done in the finals, correct?
Correct.
So if you're in the Spurs, if you're in that office, are you thinking about shopping around Mitch to find somebody to bring out more talent out of the Spurs, like to find somebody that can actually do better rotations, and not blow 29-point leads or not.
Totally get the question. Go ahead, Rob.
I would fire him after this, and I know people will be like, he got to the finals. What I would be afraid of is Wemby and these young guys. You got a young team. Guys are 20, 21, 22. And they're undisciplined, and you know what I mean? And you need somebody to corral them in. You don't want to waste Wemby's years. And I'm telling you right now, if Popovich was the coach of this team, they probably would be up 3-1. If he was coaching.
Helping him coach from the sidelines, like his presence or nothing, that's not illuminating over there.
Let me push back on that, Rob. I agree with the Pop sentiment. I don't know if I'm getting that when my guys are so young. That's my only thing is like I don't have a David Robinson, Avery Johnson, other vets, and then a young second-year Tim Duncan, right? This would be having Tim Duncan that young, a Tony Parker who was young, and you know what I mean? Like, I get your point if I have the vets. Mitch Johnson himself is young.
But it's not about
players are young, and I think the Spurs organization is one organization that would say we know exactly what we're doing, and we're comfortable them growing because as we got our guy for the next 15 years as a coach, and we got our guys for the next 10, 12, 15 years as players. We're about to be a dominant force for this run. Versus,
but what I disagree with you, and I know you just keep pushing it. Missing threes and forget about you. Keep talking about the youth. The Boston Celtics lost to the Knicks because they missed 75 out of 100 3-pointers.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
It's not just about the youth. It's about what is your philosophy and strategy when it becomes winning time, not what you do during the regular season. Okay? Bill, you get me? You get what I'm saying?
I get what you're saying, because my thing is, like, even in recent years, would you think a Mike Malone would give up a lead like that?
Right,
you know what I mean?
Mike. Thank you. Like you gotta read the room. You gotta read the room.
I done heard it all. Mike Malone all of a sudden is Phil Jackson.
Savvy, thank you.
Oh, I didn't
Savvy,
say
thank
that,
you.
No,
I'm
Mike,
saying,
I ain't never in my life thought somebody would go, do you ever think Mike Malone would give up a 29
He would never blow up no 29-point lead. Nope, it wouldn't happen.
Rob.
It would not happen.
Mike
Thank you,
Malone,
Savvy. Thank you, buddy.
Okay, now Mike Malone is all of a sudden the return of Red Auerbach. I done heard it all. Who next?
Hell's in Chicago. You're on the Odd Couple Fox Sports Radio.
Is it? Dang, I thought it'd be another city.
What up, fellas?
What up?
What's happening? How are you?
Long time no hear from. Good.
I know. Where you been?
You know what? Surprisingly, watching these White Sox to win. What is happening right now?
I see. I know. I'm on my way to Chicago on Tuesday. There you go. But I'm going to a Cubs game. Sorry about that.
I'll probably be there. I'll only go into both games.
Tuesday night, Chicago. Yep.
Rob said, "Hey, Harold." Rob said, "Beers on him. He's got you."
All right, I'm there. I'm down. I'm down.
What you got for us?
Is this about OG being a potential MVP?
Yeah.
He can't be. That's impossible. Jalen Brunson is the one getting the double team. OG can even get shots off is because he's one-on-one against no defense Jeremy Champagne all day. But OG should do this. This is what role players are for. I like OG, and I do think he maybe overtook Cat in the MVP for second. But I
agree with that.
Yeah, first, he's averaging 30 points, even if it's just the fourth quarter. 30 points is 30 points, and he's been Mr. Clutch. It's kind of forced on Brunson unless OG all of a sudden takes over and then he starts getting double teamed. But it's a system. Jalen Brunson is why OG and Cat can get their offense off, in my opinion.
There you
No
go.
doubt. And I don't. He's clearly the head guy, the marquee for them. But again, he's been incredibly inefficient, and that's been the conversation. We were bashing about playing hero ball just a night ago. That's what happens. Now all of a sudden,
yeah, but you get the point though. He's. I'm telling you, the idea that OG has passed. Thanks for the call. Passed up Brunson is just. It's just not. It's just not the case. Not yet. Do we have time for one more? No.
We got to get to. The call. We got a call. We got a guest. So we got to get to Beer coming up and Tommy Beer. So let's get to Monty now. Get us updated. Tommy Beer on the other side.
All right, guys, I'm going to start with the Stanley Cup final. It's Game 5 between the Hurricanes and the Golden Knights. They got going not long ago. They're about halfway through the first period. They are scoreless, and this series is tied at 2 apiece. In other hockey news, Lightning star Nikita Kucherov won the Hart Trophy as the NHL's MVP for a second time. The World Cup is officially underway. Earlier this afternoon, Mexico defeated South Africa 2-0 in Group A to win the opening match of the 2026 World Cup. Still to come, South Korea taking on Czechia at 10 Eastern from Guadalajara, Mexico. In the WNBA, the Fever currently lead the Sky 66-61 late in the third quarter. Caitlin Clark, 18 points and 7 assists late in the second quarter, where the Liberty are up on the Dream 45-42. In Major League Baseball, the Pirates are trying to make a comeback. They've cut their deficit to 1. Dodgers are still up 5-4 after 5 innings. The Orioles have taken the lead from the Mariners at home 6-5, bottom of the fourth inning there. The Tigers shut out the Twins earlier today 11-0. Marlins shut out the Diamondbacks 2-0. And the Rangers doubled up on the Royals 4-2, while the Cubs outscored the Rockies 9-3. In the NFL, the Panthers and wide receiver Jalen Coker have agreed to terms on a 3-year extension worth $35 million. And the Broncos gave head coach Sean Payton a new 5-year deal that goes through the 2030 season. And lastly, here in golf, Phil Mickelson was kicked out of a high-end golf course outside of San Diego after he allegedly made unwanted contact with the female employee at the club. Don't do that, Phil. Brooks Koepka is one of 5 players tied for first place at the RBC Canadian Open at 6 under par. It was just the first round, though. Back to you guys.
Monty, thank you.
Yes.
Appreciate it. Odd Couple on a TV things on Thursday. Shop Talk coming up here in a little bit as well. And by the way, after 40, the energy drops. The weight hangs on. Tell me about it. And you start wondering where the old you went. Well, M-Drive was built for that. Support healthy testosterone, energy, and metabolism. Don't ignore the change. Go to mdriveformen.com. Alex, you got to make us a concoction at some point here soon, brother. We're missing him. All right, let's get to Tommy Beer, author and founder of the Knicks-centric Substack. Tommy Beer on X. What's going on, Tommy?
What's happening?
I'm doing well, fellas. How you guys doing?
Stop lying. You know you didn't go to sleep. You haven't slept in 24 hours, I bet, just like everybody else in New York. They're going crazy. I think they said if there was school or summer programs canceled, nobody went to work. What was it like after that 29-point comeback?
I'm going to tell you guys, it's been a real special moment in the city right now, in all of New York. It's this whole playoff ride has been really special, just bringing people together. I mean, it's impossible to walk down a city block and not see somebody with a Brunson shirt on or a Knicks hat or some type of a New York jacket, and you give them a dap and you give them a hug and you give them the Brunson hand over the face 3-point symbol. It's one of those special times, one of those special moments in a special city with a special team. And it just keeps on getting more and more incredible when you think they finally, reached the zenith and, done something that nobody had ever done with the 22-point comeback in the fourth quarter of the Eastern Conference Finals against the Cavs we get last night. And the miracles still keep on happening, but they got one more to go, and we'll see if they can close it out this weekend.
I'm sure you weren't feeling that way. Of course, they win. They tip it in. When Fox had the ball and all he had to do was dribble it or get fouled or whatever, where were you at that point? I'm sure you were thinking, how did the Knicks lose these 2 games at home after winning the 2 on the road? Give me your honest where your head was at that point.
Yeah, I mean, listen, you fall behind 29 points. No team and the Knicks have never come back from a 29-point deficit in their history, let alone in the playoffs, in the regular season ever. No team in NBA history has come back from a 27-point halftime deficit. And then, as you mentioned, even when they miraculously get all the way back and take the lead, the Spurs go up by 1, and then Fox has the ball with 12 seconds left. I wasn't. To be completely honest, I'm not as critical of Fox's decision as some. I understand.
Oh no, that's a bad basketball decision. It just is.
Agreed. But worst, let's say he doesn't go for the layup. He gets fouled. He's a 75%, 80% free throw shooter. He gets fouled. Let's say he makes them both. It's still a 3-point game.
Yeah, but you can't lose in that situation. You could tie the game. There's a big difference. It's just if you go to talk to any basketball coach, there's just no way you're putting up a shot in that situation. It just doesn't make sense.
The other side is if he gets fouled and won, then you put your team up 4 if you make a free throw. Then you can kind of put the game out of reach.
No. It's just the idea that you're trying to get a 3-point play or thinking that's just not that. You want to give yourself a chance where you can't lose. And 3 points, you can't lose. They can tie you, but you can't lose. Let me ask you this. Josh Hart had a moment when he missed that dunk or layup. He would be the Bill Buckner, say the Knicks lost on that play, and they never.
Rob, he didn't box out, and Castle.
You know what I'm saying? What about that one there? What did you think in that situation?
Rob, I'll tell you something. Born and raised on Long Island, I used to read your stuff in Newsday in the mid '90s. And you know the Charles Smith saga.
Yes, I covered it. I was there. Absolutely.
The Patrick Ewing missed finger roll. All those pain and scars that Knicks fans have dealt with. I think Hart put it best. He said, I owe OG, a huge debt of gratitude because for the rest of my life, he would have regretted that moment. He would have regretted that shot. He would have been the butt of jokes, as you mentioned, the Buckner. So it was huge. And Hart is beloved in that locker room. He's loved by the fan base. So for him to be bailed out, for him to be able to laugh, 10 years from now, he'll be able to laugh at that moment, which is something that Starks can't do about Game 7, which is something Charles Smith can't even show his face at a great moment like last night because fans don't forgive. So it's wonderful for Hart that he was able to get bailed out by OG last night. That was huge.
Yeah, it was almost like the basketball guys, just because of Hart, the way he, no pun intended, plays with so much heart. And it's been a big part of their wins where he's rebounding, defense, all that, and it's kind of rewarded. But we'll bail you out here. Tommy Beer on with the Odd Couple on the TV things on Thursday. Tommy, I want to go to this side of it. This has been an odd game because let's play the Rob Parker game. Let's say the tip doesn't go in, they win, the Spurs win, even a kind of wipe their brow. Both teams would have at that point lost at home. It's been an odd series. Obviously, that didn't happen, but just they don't look great at home, either team. What do you make of that, where the Knicks are able to go and get a couple wins on the road? The Spurs come in and still won in Game 3 and then dominate in Game 4 for 85, 90% of the game. What are you making of this, how we're not seeing that? Had they won, we would have never seen two teams start off the first 4 games winning on the road.
A series doesn't start until the home team loses or wins or something.
Right, it would have been the reverse, right.
Right.
Exactly. I think, and to be honest, and people were talking about it at halftime, like the best thing for the Knicks to do right now was to get out of New York. You had the controversy with Dolan inviting Trump. You got the barricades outside the city. Dolan's in a pissing contest with Mandami about, how many folks can get invited to the watch party. It's just a mess. Dolan had to stick his nose in, couldn't leave well enough alone, had to, make himself the center of attention, which certainly...
After being out of it for a long time and everything was going great. Am I right, Tommy? I like it just...
The first time in 2 decades he was getting good PR. He was doing, he was doing the right thing. He wasn't saying anything. He wasn't opening his mouth. He was just being quiet and letting the Knicks' success speak for itself. That's all he had to do. For another week, and he would have been cheered at the parade, and he would for the rest of his life. He wouldn't have to, he'd be a beloved figure. Let's see if the Knicks close this out. But if they had lost, you could tell the juju in the building was bad in Game 3. It certainly looked bad in the first half of Game 4. Then they had Wu-Tang come out at halftime, and that changed the vibe.
That's what cleansed it right there?
Yes.
So, Rob, I'll end it for me real quick. Game 5 back in San Antonio. Spurs been good at bouncing back. Do they do that, or do you think the Knicks close it, or are we going to 6, 7? What are you making?
Normally, I'd say the Spurs are good enough to win Game 5. They certainly can still win Game 5. Losing a gut punch game like that really is difficult to come back from. We saw it with the Knicks when they lost Game 1 last year on the Tyrese Halliburton shot in the Eastern Conference Finals. They ended up losing Game 2 and lost a series. We saw it with the Knicks, the 22-point comeback against the Cavs. The Cavs never recovered from that game. The Knicks swept them out of existence. I will give a ton of credit to San Antonio if they can find a way and bounce back. But if you read their body language, Wemby looked humbled for the first time. He's coming off the worst half of his playoff career. De'Aaron Fox has to deal with the questions about, the boneheaded decision that he made at the end of the game. Listen, they have the talent. Wemby can go for, 35 and 20 in his sleep. Dylan Harper's developing into a superstar right before our eyes. Steph Castle's been a monster. So they certainly can they can make it happen. But if the Knicks come out strong, keep their pedal to the metal, and that's something the Knicks have done throughout this postseason run. It's been one of the defining characteristics. When the Sixers were down 0-2 going back to Philly, okay, now we're going to get the Sixers' best shot. It's the Knicks that look more desperate. Same thing with Cleveland. When Cleveland was down 0-2, going back to Cleveland, we're going to get their best shot. The Knicks blow them out of the water. Closeout games, the Knicks have blown teams out of the water. So I think the Knicks will come out with that same intensity, that same focus, realizing they got lucky in Game 4. They don't want to leave anything to chance. I do think they close it out Saturday.
I'm glad you used that word, Tommy. You're an honest analyst that's coming to that, because the Knicks did get lucky and they were able 100%. To get that win. There's no doubt. And you take it and you move on, and you better be ready, because if you think that it's all over and you don't play, you'll wind up coming back for a Game 6.
Have been fantastic all playoff long. Hey, Tommy, appreciate it, man.
Thank you, Tommy.
Have a great weekend, fellas.
No doubt. Let me tell you who ain't going to be phased, Rob. The Spurs. The Knicks are going to have to beat the Spurs.
No, there's no doubt about it.
They ain't going to fold. Listen to me, hear me clearly. All right, we got Shop Talk coming up, and it has something to do with MSG and a wedding. We'll tell you what it is. It's The Odd Couple, Fox Sports Radio.
Rob G., Charles Barkley had something really interesting to say about Jalen Brunson.
That's right. We're counting down tip-off of Game 2 of the NBA Finals. Knicks up 1-0 here in San Antonio in this NBA Finals. And Charles Barkley, friend of the show, friend of the program, was on PTI earlier this week with Michael Wilbon, Tony Corners, and more friends of the program. We love all those guys.
Absolutely. I know everybody.
And even though Rob's on the Wemby train, and rightfully so, there's a lot of people right now jumping on the Jalen Brunson bandwagon, including our friend the Chuckster, who had some very high praise for the diminutive point guard.
Listen, I said this a few years ago, I think Brunson might turn out to be the greatest free agent signing. I'm not talking about LeBron and Kevin Durant and guys like that, but I think Brunson, if he's able to deliver a championship to New York, it'll be the greatest free agent signing in NBA history. There's nobody knew he was going to be this good. I didn't. You guys, nobody. No. When New York signed him, they didn't think he was going to be this good. He's turned them into a perennial contender. They went from never being talked about to the conference finals last year. Now they're in the finals because of Brunson. So if he's able to finish this journey, Mike, it would be the greatest free agent sign in NBA history.
I think, Keith, you can go first. And I think he even had to stop himself because there's some big free agents who have done way more than Brunson. I get it about the caliber compared to the other guys. But, Keith, what's your take on Barkley in this?
Yeah, first off, job not finished, job finished, job not finished. They still have to go out and win the finals, okay? I understand.
I agree with that. I
understand Charles has to, have some hot takes. He has to, have a hyperbolic take, like something like that. He's got to say something like that with his chest. I'll say this, though. For the New York Knicks, it's already set in stone. NBA all-time, it's tough to say. I guess, I didn't like the part where he said not talking about LeBron and KD. Why not?
Right.
They won championships joining the teams that they joined, but I guess it's because it felt like they joined super teams, right? They joined a team that already had stars. This Knicks team didn't have stars when Brunson came here. The credit goes to Leon Rose. It also goes to Rick Brunson. Leon Rose was an agent with CAA. Rick Brunson was one of his clients. They are close, like family friends. And when they took a chance to bring Jalen here, Knicks fans, right at WFAN, I remember doing shows and talking. People thought it was a mid move. They thought that they were like they didn't understand why they were doing it. They're like, this is typical Knicks. These guys don't know what they're doing. Why are they doing this? And the Knicks never have a point guard. They finally found their point guard. And look where they are today. And look at how polished this dude is, how much of a lion this dude is. Nobody knew that, but you know who knew it? Leon Rose, Rick Brunson, and James Dolan, who hired Leon Rose to do the job. So I think for the Knicks, it's set in stone. And I think you can mention it with LeBron and with KD, even more so because he did not join superstars like Steph Curry or Dwayne Wade. You know what I'm saying? Like, if anything, they started to add around him. They went out and added Cat, OG Anunoby, Bridges. They added guys around. Even had to go add Josh Hart. They added to Jalen Brunson.
Yeah, I don't think you can make that claim in the NBA, and I get it. The Knicks haven't won since Moby Dick was a guppy, so I get the reason why Barkley would even say that because it would be monumental. They haven't won since the 70s. You know what I mean? Yes, they went to the finals before in 94. They went in 99. I get that, but it's been since the 70s that they actually won a championship. So it would be huge. But when you look at LeBron going to Miami and then, going to 4 straight NBA finals, right? Winning 2 championships, KD by himself elevated what you think about the Warriors, right? As good as Steph and Clay and Draymond, they choked down a 3-1 lead. What happened when KD got there? They became unbeatable. So you can't poo-poo KD's presence and what he was able to do with Golden State. They begged him to come, Keith. Why did they beg him to come? They just choked down a 3-1 lead, the first team in NBA history to give up a 3-1 lead in the finals, right? So
yeah, I think when you think about it, though, it's just because we all knew it was game, set, match. Remember back then they were calling KD a cupcake. It wasn't that type of thing. I think a lot is to be said about how you enter and, kind of under-promise and over-perform for Jalen Brunson.
We left out one other guy, and Shaq, and the Shaq factor. right?
But he was joining Kobe.
Okay, but they went and got him for a reason, and when he got there, they became a juggernaut. They won 3 in a row, and they went. What did they go, Rob? 4 out of 5. Rob G, 4 out of 5. I mean, I'm just saying, his impact. That's another free agent. He was a free agent.
Did you see Spider-Man out there running around them streets of New York, Rob?
No, my cousin Peter Parker. I haven't run into him yet.
All right, just making sure. You might. I know he might be writing at the Daily News. You go find him, taking photographs.
The Daily Planet. Daily Planet.
Daily somebody. It's the Odd Couple TV theme song Thursday. Shout out to Tommy Beer, just joined us. We appreciate that. And by the way, for over 40 years, Tire Rack's been helping customers find the right tires for how, for what, and where they drive. Ship fast and free. Backed by free road hazard protection. With convenient installation options like mobile tire installation, TireRack.com. It is the way tire buying should be. All right, let's get to it. It's time for Shop Talk.
Ain't nobody exempt in the barbershop. You know that. Ain't nobody exempt. You can talk about whoever and whatever, whenever you want to in the barbershop.
Now, it's Shop Talk.
Something we like to do is we like to go outside the world of sports once in a while because we all know Rob Parker is gallivanting with his friends that he's met since Moby Dick was a guppy.
There you go. And we're gonna show that picture coming up at the top of the hour. Okay,
we saw that banner. That was pretty funny. Yes. That was pretty dope. All right, what you got?
They'll also have K-Dot, who's taking over the news world. Award-winning, by the way, I should say.
I appreciate it.
I saw him on TV again this morning when I was at the gym.
Well, just every day, okay?
Brandon, I never miss Spectrum News.
Yeah, don't do that. Rob, you wake up every day like, can't wait to see this guy in a few hours.
Never miss it either. So, guys, I know that Monty's in with us, and one of her favorite things to talk about is Taylor Swift. So, it's been reported that the wedding of Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce will be held at Madison Square Garden early next month. The pair is spending $1 million a day to reserve the space, but some think that having a wedding guest list so large that is requiring you to rent out an entire NBA arena just to fit everybody in makes the whole thing feel a little manufactured. So we'll start with you, Rob. Do you agree?
No. She's a big-time star. There's a lot of people that need to be invited. I just don't – I think when you're that public and, you know, people want to be a part of it. And it's not like – I get it. Everybody's not your close friends and family, but you have a lot of associates and people who I think don't want to be left out of something like that, and I do understand those kind of things. When I was married, I had a big wedding. I mean, it wasn't 500 people, but I had – 250 people at my wedding. That's a lot of people. And it's not because it was being vain or anything, Kelvin. It was just that there were a lot of people who wanted to be a part of it, Rob. And I felt that.
As I'm looking around, I think we're the only two married people here, if I'm not mistaken. All right. Like, it is hard because you got to start cutting people off, and it gets weird. And your mom's friend of the friend. Remember Susie on the block?
Yeah.
I don't remember Susie. And it gets weird who you got to say.
It's important to your mother. You know what I mean? She's like, no, we got to invite her. We got to invite
you, and you don't even barely remember. But then you got your sister want to bring a friend. Remember my homegirl? It's like, well, so it gets difficult. So I understand that. The only thing I'll say, and Monty, you can help me. I just don't, more than the arena, I don't get the connection to that particular arena.
I don't think they're really getting married there. I think they're going to get married elsewhere, and this is going to be a big party, and a bunch of people are going to be invited, and they're just going to party at Madison Square Garden, and in reality, they're getting married.
They will have been married in France or something.
All we know, they're already married. Okay. Like, I don't think that's going to be the ceremony, and that's why it's so many people going.
Okay.
There's no way that Taylor Swift, who is so careful with details, that we'd have this much information about it. Oh, they're not doing invites. They're going to personally text and call people. They're also inviting people that they don't even know, like fans. This is a big party. This is a big.
So this would be the quote unquote like the reception, if you will.
I think like one of their receptions. Okay. You get what I'm saying?
Because that was my only thing. There's more than again. You guys, Brandon and Alex, go. Quick.
All right, Brandon and Alex, jump in there. We got getting out of time.
I think it's manufactured.
What is?
Everything.
Like their relationship?
Well, no. I'm shocked they're actually getting married. But I'm shocked they're getting married, first off. But second off, this isn't like a Taylor Swift hate thing. It's like Madison Square Garden. I don't think it's manufactured by Taylor Swift. I think this is a leak that's not real.
Yeah, right.
All right, Alex, real quick, because we run out of time.
Yeah. Sure.
Wow, that's pretty good. I would say in correlation with that, I think that it's kind of interesting how there was speculations about people saying that they were going to charge for like tickets to go to their wedding too, which was true. It was
They
a
don't
face
need that
claim.
money.
But yeah, but it's just like, to me, I don't think it's manufactured either in a sense of what they're doing. I just think the whole thing doesn't seem real. That's all I'll say.
Are we going to say that once they do, little baby, come on. We're like, I guess it was real.
No, it is real. I just don't think this. I'm like, it's either not going to happen there or he's onto something and it's a fake leak.
All right. Well, there you are, Swifties.
We are Fox Sports.
It's the Odd Couple. You know what time it is. It's your boys.
Let's get it. The Odd Couple is fun.
Check.
And informative.
Check.
What's up, America? You want to talk sports with 1.5 of the best-looking guys in the game?
That game was incredible.
You are wrong.
You'll be king of the water cooler.
What's it like working with Rob? Rob in his mind is like Chris Rock mixed with Richard Pryor, so I'm running out of fake laughs. Ha ha, Rob. Rob is very passionate.
Son, you ain't ready for this. I don't have BS in my game. I'm straightforward. I'm honest.
You say Brady's the greatest quarterback of all time, but Eli Manning beat him twice.
And of course, it doesn't hurt that I'm right most of the time. Kelvin is the nice guy, wants to make everybody feel warm and fuzzy.
You done? Let me tell you the truth. I bring the energy, a youthful energy. Rob's not gonna see this, is he? And I bring an honest opinion. Michael Jordan, I can't take it anymore. I need a break. I'm gonna go play baseball.
Trash Talking Tuesday is the best.
It's a great opportunity for folks to call in and they get to trash whomever.
Who you trashing, Roger?
I'm trashing LeBron James and Michael Jordan.
Oh, okay.
They can't even hold Wilt Chamberlain's shoes.
Stop talking about the king like that. It's a new era. Let LeBron be the best, please.
I only recognize one king in the United States, and that's Burger King.
The connection with the Odd Couple audience is incredible. We really invite them in.
And they can relate, whether it be things about our own personal lives or our takes on sports.
Love you guys. You guys are killing it.
Hey, we appreciate you. Thank you for rocking with your boys. They feel like it's just my guys, just my friends, and they join right in on the show.
We talk with the listeners, not at them.
Obviously, you can listen to us live, but you can still check out the podcast. You can check out our YouTube. You can check us out on social media. So in any way you want to get it, you can get it.
Yes.
There's some yelling. It is some hot takes. It's a whole lot of fun. I'll give you that.
It is fun.
I agree. Begrudgingly.
The Odd Couple.
Sports talk that's too good and too fun.
Game 5 of the Stanley Cup final continues, and after the first period, we have a tie game between the Hurricanes and the Golden Knights. They are tied at 1 apiece. Las Vegas scored first, but Canes captain Jordan Staal tied the game for his 6th goal of the Stanley Cup Finals. So again, Golden Knights Hurricanes tied at 1 after the first period, and the series is tied at 2 apiece. Tampa Bay Lightning star Nikita Kucherov won the Hart Trophy as the NHL's MVP for a second time today. In Major League Baseball, the Dodgers lead the Pirates 5-4. It's the top of the 7th inning. The Orioles have extended their lead over the Mariners. They're up 7-5 in Baltimore, bottom of the 6th inning, about to start. The Braves and the White Sox. This game has been postponed due to rain. And the World Cup has officially started. Mexico defeated South Africa earlier today 2-0 out of Group A. South Korea and Czechia, that game starts later today at 10 Eastern. I'm Amancio Olaños.
I've been covering this league since 1987.
Can this sports writer and this sports fan share a radio show without driving each other crazy? Now, live from the Fox Sports Radio studios, here's Fox Sports Radio's Odd Couple, Rob Parker and Kelvin Washington.
All right, hour number 3 here on a TV theme song Thursday. It is the Odd Couple, Rob Parker, Kelvin Washington. And hi, it is Rob Parker. And guess what? We need to talk. Stop overpaying for gas. Gas Buddy will help you find the lowest prices right around the corner. Plus, earn extra points for an extra 10 cents off a gallon. Download the free Gas Buddy app today. Choose your road to savings. Don't forget, we're also on YouTube. You can listen to the show. You can listen to the podcast, or you can watch us live on YouTube. Just search Odd Couple FSR. Hit that subscribe button. Again, just search Odd Couple FSR and subscribe. So a lot more to get to in this final hour. J.R. Gamble from MLBBro.com. Foul or fair? That's right. It will be fair tomorrow because J.R. and I are having lunch with MLB tomorrow here in Manhattan. So that'll be nice to catch up with him. Also, we'll have last call, that, and much more to go. So we talked about the pictures that – did you see them? The pictures from Citi Field.
Yep.
So I think Elijah has them. We're going to put them. If you're on YouTube, you can check it out. If you're not on YouTube, you can check out my socials, Rob Parker, MLBBro.com, and check them out there. Do we have them, Elijah?
I think we do. You throwing them up, Elijah? Nod the camera or something. Let us know. There we go. There we go.
See, me and Mr. Met. I think he was trying to get fresh with me. There you go.
Yeah, Mr. All right, was that Mr. Met? Got to relax. And then
there's my buddies, man. 20 strong, man.
The banner.
Yeah, I don't know if it's in this picture. It was above the banner.
Yeah.
And then this was the message from the New York Mets. Can you read it, Kelvin?
Yes,
You're a professional
from the
reader.
Baseball Writers. What is that? Association Baseball Writer. You got Rob Parker, born in Jamaica, Queens, is celebrating his 40th year covering MLB with family and friends here at Citi Field. Congratulations, and all the free glizzies you want tonight. It's it.
There you go. I only had a couple last night. No bun. Right. I had to use the bun as like the holding napkin so I could eat the hot dog.
Yeah. Good time, though, I'd imagine, right? Good time. Did they win?
No, awesome. Oh, no, the Mets got buried by the Cardinals.
Dang, okay.
It's all
right, but you had a good time with them. And
it
you
was
had
fun.
a whole section. That's the good part,
I had a glizzy in my mouth.
You know what I mean? It wasn't like 4 or 5 of y'all. Y'all had a whole section.
No. Let me tell you something. I got the greatest friends in the world. A lot of those guys I went to high school with, 40 years ago. Mm-hmm. And these guys are just we've been cool the whole time and friends, and they always support me. They traveled up to the Southern Connecticut for the press box. Whatever's going on in my life or whatever's happening. And I'm the same with them. I've been in their weddings and all kinds of stuff, and their kids or whatever. So we're just friends. We're still friends.
It's beautiful.
And life is about people. Remember that, not things, guys. It's about people.
No, it's a reminder. We all need that from time to time, man.
No doubt. So, all right. So you got some Wemby conversation.
I mean, Wemby, let's just get to it. On the Spurs end, he's your best player. He's your anchor. He's your tone setter. Ephraim was in for you yesterday, and he was talking about how what makes them so tough, what makes them play so hard is that their best player, their leader, and I completely understand that. But the one issue I'm having with Wemby, and you know how I feel about him, the issue is Wemby has to walk the walk. He talks it. We saw I should be the MVP. He gets Defensive Player of the Year. And I love his honesty. I think I'm better than this person. I think I should have won this award. I want to be the face of the league. All that matters if we win it. We got to win it or nothing else matters. He is talking the talk, and I love it, but he ain't consistently walking the walk, Rob. He's walking the streets of New York. I see him drawing statues. I see him walking around. By the way, the person who hit him in the back of the head with an egg, that was crazy. That was wrong. Y'all got to relax in New York right now, throwing eggs at people. But my issue with Wemby is he's Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde. I get good Wemby. I get bad Wemby. And when you walk through what we've gotten from him, let's start with the bad Wemby. The bad Wemby, Rob, is game one. Came out, Knicks got physical with him, pushed him around. He wasn't prepared for that, and he goes 6 for 21, 28% field goal percentage in that game. He turned the ball over 6 times, and he looked terrible. And he looked like Bambi, the long, gangly legs. He looked lost out there. And so we're saying, well, what's going on with him there? Why is he off? And then you go back to game 4 last night. Wemby looked atrocious. Again, 9 of 25, 36%. Misses 2 free throws horribly. He's not being dominant. He wasn't as dominant on defense as he normally is. His team was terrible the second half from threes. He didn't settle them. He didn't say, guys, I got to hop on my back. I am the best player. Shea shouldn't be MVP. This should be me. And so he's been talking the talk. And I don't mind it. You know how I feel. But when you do it, you got to walk it on the biggest stage. We're all watching. We're all waiting. And from time to time, he's shown us. Now, he's had some good him, right? We talk about game 3, where, of course, he ends up getting the win. He silenced the Madison Square Garden. All the hype's there. The president's there. He comes out 11 of 8, efficient, 61%, gets some boards, makes some big shots, calms him down, and he's exactly what you would hope from him. So we've seen that from him where we get these games where he's solid. Game 2, he's pretty good. 29, 9 boards, 4 blocks. 11 to 21, so he's above 50%. So right now, he has to find that consistency, Rob, where we can etch it in the books, like the greats. I know what I'm getting from him night after night. It ain't really going to be my issue with him. It's going to be you guys. What am I getting from you, as Shaq likes to always say, from the others? So Wemby has to silence this right now. He has to silence these. I'm talking all this. I am that. I'm face of the league. I want that, and I love that he wants it. But, brother, I need you night in, night out. I don't need you to be up and down. I don't need you to be inefficient. I don't need you to abandon when we talked about in game 3, starting down low, 4 for 4, a bunch of got some easy dunks, easy put-ins. Don't abandon that. And I think right now, he's so talented, so gifted, he hasn't figured it out yet. I can bring the ball up. I can shoot threes. I can hit mid-range. I can even, do some jump hooks. He has to lock it in and find his space. So that's my issue right now with Rob. All right, Wemby, you keep telling me, you keep saying after the loss, all we're going to do, we're going to come back. You'll see it's only 1 or 2 options, and it's going to be the second option. We're going to come back and win. I need you to show up and show out night in, night out, Wemby, so that the other guys can have an off night or other guys can be up and down, but not you, Mr. Face of this team, supposedly going to be the face of this league.
Yeah, I think your expectations are ridiculous and just out the box. It's not a Dr. Jekyll, Mr. Hyde. He's 22 years old in his first playoff run. I don't. You really expect that every night if every night, Kelvin, if every night at 22 years old, he's giving you 30 and 18 boards or what? Like, where is this? That's what a 22-year-old is going to give you in his first playoff run. I think your expectations are out the box. Kobe Bryant shot air balls in his first postseason, right, at the end of the game, and he learned from it, and he built from it and developed it. Nobody said, oh, Kobe, you think you're all this? You're walking around here like Michael Jordan and with your tongue wagging and the wristband on your arm, forearm or whatever, and all of that, and you sound like MJ, and you're shooting air balls. This is a growing process. I think you're grossly unfair to Wemby and not realizing where he is. I don't care how big he is and what he's supposed to do. He's still a 22-year-old kid who's learning to play the game at this level in this league, and there's going to be growing pains. I don't know anybody who's ever been great who didn't have growing pains. So I think Wemby is right where he should be. There are going to be nights, and then there are going to be nights when he has 41 and 24 and you awe at him. When he had 41 and 24, I was the first one. And I love where Wemby is and what the sky could be, right, for this kid. But I even was on that night when he put in one of the biggest playoff performances, was like, pump the brakes. People were like, he's going to be the greatest player who ever played and this and that. Dude, he's 22 years old. It's unbelievable where this team is even at, considering, that it's a young group. 20, 21, 22, those are your players.
But let me ask you this, Rob. Well, go ahead. Finish your thought.
No, so I'm just saying, I think your expectations from Wemby are very, very high, that he's supposed to be consistent at 22.
Here's why my expectations are high. I'm not asking him to be the return of, MVP caliber Hakeem Olajuwon, but what I am asking him is to be the guy you keep telling us you are, the guy you keep insinuating you are, the guy you keep, answering media very blatantly and very honestly. And I appreciate that. I need that guy. And also, that's where you're saying my point of why I thought the Knicks would win. Because they were early, they're ahead of schedule. Because it reminds me of LeBron running into the Spurs at 22.
That argument, the reason I push back on that is last year we saw the second youngest team ever win a championship. And they didn't go to a championship and lose first. They went to a championship and won. I don't know where your argument is coming from.
I'll tell you. I'm glad you asked. They didn't go to a championship and lose, but they had been in the postseason and had some runs at that. They just lost a year before to Denver. They had been in those runs. Your SGA, your best player, your MVP last year, was 27 years old. Had been in the league a long time.
I just don't believe that.
Your best player being 22, your next being 21, and your next being 20, a rookie, that's all I'm saying, Rob, is that they need experience. You had Hartenstein, who's 28. You had SGA, who's 27 and been in the league a long time. Other teams.
Yeah, but they weren't in the finals. They weren't in the finals.
But they had playoff runs. This is Wemby's first playoff.
Yeah, Wemby's first playoff.
This is Harper's first playoff.
They beat the defending champs. They beat them in Game 1 and Game 7 on the road. Like you have. Sometimes you have to let go of that. Everybody doesn't follow the script.
But
I hear what you're saying.
Listen,
everybody doesn't follow the script.
If there's a team that had a shot at doing it, I agree with you. It's the Spurs. But remember when we made our selections, I said, I just can't go against history when I've seen a Knicks team bruised, beaten, and battled and prepare for this. And a Spurs team that just came up. Rob, they had 30-something games last year, then 60-something, and they're in the finals. Like, they skipped a whole bunch. And credit them. They've been great. But it's their first go at it, and that's my thing. So when you say he's got to learn, he's got to, he's ahead of schedule.
No, I'm talking about him. I'm talking about him.
But if our best player is going through it, how are we going to win?
Easy, because if you had a better coach with this team, I'm telling you right now, it would be at least 2-2, maybe 3-1 if you had a better coach. I don't
disagree with that. I don't disagree because I think if you have
he's done such a bad job with them that and to help them be able to go through this, because they've been able and good enough to build up a lead and get to where they are. You know what I mean? It's not like they're overmatched because they're too young and they're afraid and they don't know what they're doing. Like they've been able to jump ahead and play well for stretches.
But booties get tight, Rob, when it's crunch time, when you got to make plays, when your brain is tired and it's been foggy, and that's all I'm saying. Talent-wise, in a year, this might be the most ado. Castle's going to be an all-star. Harper might be the best player aside from Wemby in another year. And then they're incredible. But the point is, to me,
And that's the thing with Wemby. He has to go through this so he himself can find out who I am when it matters
most. Yeah, but
most.
you're talking about Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde at 22. I'm just saying this
Rob,
is growing
3 for 14
pain.
in the second half? I can't have that from you when you're 12'12". I can't have that. There has to be a couple of – Rob, you got to give me this. There has to be a couple of easy shots that he can get.
Yeah, I got you, but there's no – the idea that you're talking about that he has to be consistent at 22 just doesn't compute with me. I just don't –
Extremes is all I'm saying. Like, if he were OG Anunoby consistent, 24 a game, shooting 50%, like, okay, then I got that, bank that. He's 3 for 14 in the second half.
But you're talking about a guy who's open where people leave him open compared to Wemby. He's not nobody. OG's not getting the defensive scouting report. They leave him open for the other guys, and that factors in as well. Now you still got to knock him down.
Kobe Bryant at 22 had rings. LeBron James, people didn't want to give him any slack when he was 22 in the finals versus the Spurs. So Wemby can't, and they didn't even talk to us as much about how great they are as Wemby does. I don't want to hear that from Wemby. Just show up and get it done. He would tell you the same thing. He was sitting next to me. That's a lot of sitting. I don't know if Elijah Cameron would get him right now.
I just the idea that he's Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde, that's not what I would say he's a work in progress. He's not a finished product. I'm not surprised. So
how are they going to win, Rob? How would you say they weren't?
Easy.
You said it. How are they not going to lose another game if he's? No, I'm really asking. If their best player is everything you're just saying, how is that team going to win?
Well, but he hasn't played great in every game, and they could have won easily 3 of the 4 games. Okay, and that's him not playing great, right? So they could have won. I'm saying to you, with a better coach, they would be in a better situation, at least 2-2.
But you knew the coach going into it.
No. But I'm just saying. But I didn't know that he can't coach in the big spots. Okay, like you couldn't tell me if I own the team, and I know you poo-pooed it when I said that Tibbs should have been fired. You thought I was crazy, and it happened the next day. I'm just telling you, if I'm the ownership there, I say, hey, you did a nice job getting us here, but it's obvious you're not ready to get us to the next level.
That's I don't want to do that.
Like, that's fine.
Only thing I'll say real quick, I know we got a break.
I'm not doing it.
How else am I supposed to grow?
You get what I'm saying? Grow in Charlotte. Go in Charlotte. You're not growing with Wemby and this young team.
But I think that's what I think they grow jumped. There. Like last year, they had 30.
Go grow in Brooklyn. Go grow in Brooklyn. You're not growing here.
Do you know this organization? They're very well run. I think they got their guy of the future. They're excited about it. The team is probably ahead of schedule. And I think they're like, all of this is ahead. Wemby was supposed to be, he might be ahead.
Nah,
Harper's
once you get to the finals, you're not doing all that. That whole thing.
But you can't sub them out. You can't tap to the bullpen and say, all right, Mitch, you got to get out of here, and we're going to go get Eric Spoelstra or something. He's your guy. You got to ride it out.
All right, 877-99 on Fox, 877-99-663-69. Do these late game blunders show that Wemby just isn't ready to be a champion right now? What are you saying on this? 877-99 on Fox. It is the Odd Couple, where we deliver insight, not just noise. And we value your phone calls. We want to hear from you on this show. It is your show. We'll continue this conversation next with you. It is the Odd Couple on the TV theme song Thursday. Rob Parker, Kelvin Washington. Stick and stay.
Because Uncle Kelvin has something to tell you in the US of A.
I sure do. Let's talk about it. It is, of course, happening today. The world's biggest soccer tournament has arrived, and you can trade the entire tournament on Kalshi. Now, on Kalshi, you can trade every match from the opening stage all the way to the final. So who doesn't love a spot tea, right? Or some fish and chips? Man, them things are dangerously good. Or a little bangers and mash. So God save the Queen, England. Check this out. They're currently trading at 10% to win it all, which means if you get a $100 trade, it's going to pay out $870. And if they win, soccer's biggest prize. Now, England is a very dangerous team, and I'll tell you why. Because they're well represented. They're going to have a bunch of fans that make the trip across the pond. They come here. They're going to celebrate it. They already know where they're going to be for the last 4 to 8 years. No one is going to be here in the States. So they're excited about this. So do yourself a favor and be on the lookout for England to make some noise in the tournament. On Kalshi, you're trading against peers in live market, meaning there's no house, and as the probability changes, you can buy in and out of your position. So for a limited time, download the Kalshi app and use code ODD to get $10 when you trade 10. Kalshi, Kalshi, that's Kalshi. Trade
on anything.
Restrictions and eligibility apply. Not available in all states and must be 18 plus. Trading involves significant risk. Consider if it's appropriate for your financial circumstances. Prices and value may differ and some markets may not be active. See Kalshi.com/regulatory for more.
Brandon, are you up to speed on Patrick Mahomes at all? The deal?
Yeah, I mean, I can give you the details.
Break that down for us.
500 plus million.
$500. Can you break that down for us?
Yeah, I got you. Yeah, so they added 2 years to his deal through the 2033 season, value of $504.75 million in total. Beginning in 2027, when the new money begins, the deal averages $64 million a year. And I believe, yes, first NFL deal valued over $500 million.
$500 million. Man, the money is crazy right now in sports in general, where you can pinpoint
TV
a guy.
revenues up, baby.
Yep, and you can pinpoint a guy. Ephraim, we're in a crazy space where, like, they're going to be a billionaire. Like, Wemby's going to be a billionaire. Right? It's just a matter of time. Patrick Mahomes is going to be a billionaire. Yep. Like, when you can just Caleb Williams, maybe, if the trajectory keeps going. It's kind of crazy where we are in sports right now with the money being so big. I said that to say, I find with Kevin, when we're talking about Patrick Mahomes and the money, and obviously the Chiefs, they didn't make the postseason for the first time, but they had a run of 10 years, the longest stretch current in the NFL, and obviously if they fail this past season. But to me, when it's all said and done, Drake May, MVP candidate, gets to the Super Bowl. Sam Darnold wins the Super Bowl. Matthew Stafford, your MVP. Caleb Williams, one of the best, far comebacks, one to set the, tied for the record with that, most comebacks in the season. All these great things, all these great guys. At the end of the day, for me, Ephraim, Patrick Mahomes is still the guy. When I think of just games on the line, need a win,
really?
Who's going to win this guy? Yeah. It's just for me, and I just still
after the last 2 years.
Yeah, and that's could be the success of the beginning bias.
Let me ask you, and I'm going to jump in. Yep. After the last 2 years, statistically, right? No Pro Bowls, and the injury. So who are we going now? Look, I'm not taking anything away from Patrick Mahomes' greatness, but after what he's shown us the last 2 years, 2 years ago, healthy the whole year. Last year got cut short because of the injury. And coming off the injury, is he the standard bearer, or is someone like, I don't know,
is it Matthew Stafford? The reason why I would hesitate on Matthew Stafford is singularly just more so with I'm not
Josh Allen.
If Josh Allen is right there, but I have to be fair to the point that he just hasn't been able to get it done, right? And that's what we go. And that's what quarterbacks and star players in the NBA. Those are the two guys that we judge you on. Pitchers, your team can stink, Skeens, and you still be you're the best. You can never win a ring in baseball and still be the best. That's just a different sport. If you are a quarterback, right or wrong, it's on you. Who's everybody tired of right now? Lamar Jackson. They're at the I get it. You're MVP. You put up great numbers and all these.
Got to get over the hump.
You got to get over the hump. Josh Allen, you're MVPs and you're all that. Got to get over the hump. Matthew Stafford, to his credit, finally got over the hump. Fell short this year and left a bad taste in their mouth because I think they feel that Seahawk ring was supposed to be theirs. That's how I think Matthew Stafford.
Oh yeah, 1,000%.
And the Rams feel.
Well, that's why they went and did what they did with.
Going to get Myles Garrett.
Myles Garrett, yeah,
absolutely, and McDuffie. And they're like, we're about to right this ship and get right back there.
Yep.
But with that being said, if you wanted to say Matthew Stafford because he's the current reigning MVP, I'm not mad at that. Joe Burrow's going to be interesting this year to see coming back. He's been injured the last couple years, be beat up. The team, defensively, they've made some moves. So it'll be interesting to see. I got to wait and see. And you look at Patrick Mahomes, 24 touchdowns, I believe it was 11 interceptions. Not a great year on those numbers. We could have seen the rest of the year. We would have seen what those total numbers be. I just think at this current stage, for me, he's still the guy. I could be wrong, But I just still believe, and obviously I believe the way he's structured his deal over the last handful of years, taking a little pay cut, trying to, work with the team, he deserves this money. When you're comparing other guys like Dak Prescott making 60, he's like, well, I know Patrick deserves that. I got 2-time MVP, 3-time Super Bowl champ. Why can't he? Eric Bieniemy is back. We'll see if that's going to be a huge help for them to get them back running this offense better. They got some more weapons as well coming in too. So to me, for him, this is almost what you were saying. All right, this is that last little. Are you really that guy still, or are you just a guy? Like he's a good guy. Are you in the mix now, that pack of everybody, or are you still lead dog? To me, this season is going to be that. Obviously, coming off injury, but you got some weapons.
Is he going to be available at the beginning
miss the
of the
first week or two.
No, they keep saying, he's going to be.
I'll give you a week or two.
Hey, man.
Maybe if he misses the first week.
We don't know, and he doesn't know how he's going to respond coming off that the injury, the ACL. So.
Brandon.
Fox Sports Radio. Odd Couple. He's Rob. I'm Kelvin. On a TV theme song Thursday. We got File Affair coming up in about 5 minutes or so with J.R. Gamble. Stream us live wherever you happen to be. In the iHeart app, catch us and all your favorite Fox Sports Radio shows live 24/7. In the new and improved iHeart app, just search Fox Sports Radio in the app to stream us live all day, every day. And be sure to select Fox Sports Radio as one of your presets in the app. So it's always going to pop up right top of your screen. All right, Rob, let's get to some phone calls. I don't like what I'm seeing, the up and down, the Dr. Jekyll, Mr. Hyde is what I call it. You call it inexperience and inconsistency.
Growing
pains.
Growing pain.
Ooh, show me that smile. It's a TV theme song. You might have to get growing pains now, Alex, since he want to bring that up. All right, let's get some calls, Rob. Who we got?
Andre in Mississippi.
Each other.
Alex is so fast.
Right, matters, Rob.
Yeah.
All right.
You are fast. You got to relax, Alex.
Andre in Mississippi, you're on the Odd Couple Fox Sports Radio.
What's going on, Odd Couple?
How are you?
Hey, guys, I'm not gonna blame this on inexperience. I'm gonna blame it on bad coaching. If you come down and shoot 8 straight 3-pointers,
9.
What's going on, guys? Bring Pop back. Bill came back in 2009, 2010.
Pop got a lot going on right now. Let's let Pop be. He's resting right now, trying to get right.
That's right. All right, Andre, go ahead.
Anytime you shoot 8 threes in a row, come on, guys. Come on.
Now, Rob and who's the caller right now? I forgot. My bad.
Andre
and Rob. Here's my only thing for both of y'all. I don't disagree. Rob, you and I have sat next to each other for now almost 2 years talking about this. Do we feel as if this ain't gonna change? Like this is the league now. Everybody, this is the new NBA.
No.
You get what I'm saying?
No, but there's a winning. I get what you're saying.
Because we do this once every 2 months. It feels like with some conversation.
But this goes back and really quickly to even when the Atlanta Falcons lost. Right, they were used to throwing the ball. They're down against the Patriots. Mm-hmm. That's when you have to run I don't care what you've done all year. You got to eat the clock. You got to set up the field goal, and you got to run the ball. That's to win the game. All right, Gabriel in New York, you're on the Odd Couple, Fox Sports Radio. What's up?
Good to talk to you guys. I've been listening to your show for a long time, and
appreciate
really
you.
like you guys, and you guys do great.
Thank you.
I just want to say, Rob, I just feel like you don't give the Knicks any credit, man. Like, you call Mike Brown, Charlie Brown, all these different things. And I think what Kelvin was saying about just having Alvarado in the game with another playmaker with Brunson, it really helped the Knicks out. But I do agree. I do agree with you, Rob. The Spurs collapsed epically. But
they choked.
At the same time, being down 29 points at halftime, the Knicks could have easily quit. Said, let's reset. Let's just go to San Antonio.
Disagree. I disagree that in the NBA Finals you give up a game. You play it all the way through. What's the old saying? It's not over until a fat lady sings. You do not
quit. The fat lady has sung a few times, though, Rob.
She didn't sing.
She sang. Right. Jerry Sloan pulled a team. 98, 2007, the Cavs, Mike Brown, that same guy, pulled a team there when they were getting mollywopped by the Spurs and Tim Duncan and them. In 2014 Finals, Game 3 and 4, Spoelstra subbed out his whole starting five. Coaches be waving the flag, Rob.
That's not waving the white flag. You could sub out your whole team trying to get a spark from different people. The idea that you're not going to play it through until now, if you're down by 20 with 3 minutes to go, maybe, or something, but there's no way you give up a game. All right, Andre in Massachusetts, you're on the Odd Couple Fox Sports Radio. What's up, Dre?
Yeah, how you doing? Thanks for taking the call. We do have to cast some dispersions on the San Antonio Spurs in terms of how they collapsed, but at the same time, they did battle back. Point of fact is, once the Knicks got the game under 10, and this is midway through the fourth quarter, at that point, it is a dogfight. I do have to credit people who are killing De'Aaron Fox. He hit a big three to push it up to 8. Wemby hit a big elbow jumper to give them some cushion. But once the Knicks got it under 10, the Garden is rocking.
No. Andre, you know basketball. You tell me that the play that De'Aaron Fox made at the end is a basketball play.
Yes, 100%. And the reason why is this, Rob. First of all, De'Aaron Fox, what is he known for? Quickness, foot speed. He had it.
Dude, no.
He went for it in the moment. And the other part of this is Victor Wembanyama missed 2 free throws.
But that's not it. You had the ball in the lead. Come on, Andre. You know better. This is where you're showing you're just a Nick Homer. You know basketball. I know you do. And for you to sit here and say go over here, any player, former NBA player, Chris Webber on down, they all tell you they did a disservice to basketball. That's not how you play the game. And you know that. You know that's not how you play the game.
You're saying get back, and this is what everyone's saying now, and there's a little bit of Monday morning quarterbacking.
No, it's not. It's not Monday morning quarterback. Anybody who's played the game, you have the ball with the lead. You have the ball, and you have the lead, and there's 10 seconds. You don't have to put up a shot. Come on. You don't.
All I'm saying is Victor Wembanyama missed 2 free throws.
We mentioned that. We mentioned that, and you still had the lead despite the 2 misses. You had the lead with 10 seconds to go. Okay? If they fouled him, De'Aaron Fox, and he missed the 2 free throws and the Knicks won, then you still played the game the right way, and the Knicks were better, and you missed the free throws, and they won the game. That's not what happened.
We appreciate it, and I appreciate Dre at least fighting back. My gosh, he didn't do the – you're right, Rob. Thank you, Rob. You know what, Rob? There you go, Dre. Put him a fight. All right.
Whatever.
We appreciate that. We got Foul or Fair with J.R. Gamble on the other side. Monty, hello.
You can fight me. You just can't win. That's the problem.
Now, at least he put up one. Adrian.
Yeah, you're right, Rob.
You right, Rob. Rob, you were wrong. No. You right, Rob.
You whatever.
Rob, I'm calling to tell you how wrong you are. For this. Oh, do you not know the game? I've covered it since 1987. You right, Rob.
You know, it's funny. I have a friend who I work with, John. I don't think he's listening. But John, I work with him at the Dodgers, and he always jokes. He's like, I just want to argue with Rob Parker. And I was like, I can set this up. I was like, I can easily set this up.
Okay.
Like, if you want to argue with Rob, we can do this. But he says it all the time. And I'm like,
he better not call you and be like, Monty, Rob was right.
He's super prepared for it. But maybe one day we'll set it up, and John can come argue with Rob Parker. Guys, the Stanley Cup final continues with Game 5, and the Golden Knights scored first, but Carolina responded pretty quickly.
Theodore helps move it up the boards, but not out. Carolina can keep it in. Ehlers with a shot directed in front. He scores! The captain! It's 5 games. It's 6 goals in the Stanley Cup final. Oh, Captain Jordan Staal has tied it, and this place has gone bananas. What What a series!
What a series. You heard it all on the Hurricanes Radio Network. Right now, they are tied at 1 apiece. They're halfway through the second period, and this series is tied at 2 apiece. The World Cup has officially started. Mexico defeated South Africa earlier this afternoon 2-0 in Group A. South Korea and Czechia. That match is about to start in about 30 minutes or so from Guadalajara, Mexico. In Major League Baseball, the Dodgers have extended their lead over the Pirates. It's 8-4, bottom of the 8th inning. Orioles holding on to their lead over the Mariners, 7-5, top of the 8th in Baltimore. The White Sox and the Braves, that game was postponed due to inclement weather. In the WNBA, the Sky and the Fever are in overtime. Indiana Fever are up 104-101 with about 90 seconds to go. Aaliyah Boston, 30 points and 11 rebounds. Back to you guys.
Nice. Thank you. Monty, I'll talk to you about all this Caitlin Clark stuff going on at some point, too.
Yeah, we should chat.
Yeah, a lot of smoke going for her.
Smoke.
All right. Thank you, Monty. Appreciate it. Have a great night. It is the Odd Couple back at it. Rob and Kelvin on a TV theme on Thursday. And it is now time to get to, after I tell you about Tire Rack. For over 40 years, Tire Rack's been helping customers find the right tires. For how, for what, and for where they drive, ship fast and free, backed by free road hazard protection. With convenient installation options like mobile tire installation, TireRack.com, the way tire buying should be. File a fare now.
That ball is. It was a big week in the big leagues.
Who's up?
I don't believe it! My, oh, my! Is it foul or is it fair? And now, from MLBBro.com, here's J.R. Gamble.
That is right. It is the moment we've all been waiting for where we dive headfirst into the MLB world of the prestigious, the courageous, and almost celebrated MLB world to bring in a professional who knows it better than anybody else. No fraudulent people said they've been covering it since Moby Dick was a guppy. Oh, I'm sorry, Rob Parker. The great J.R. Gamble from MLB Bro, because you need to go. What's up, J.R.?
Fellas, not to hold up the segment, I just want to say happy 40th to a guy that was a mentor of mine, gave me a shot in this game, and after, 25 years has become a great, almost a family member. Much success. I wouldn't wish it upon any other person, and there's no better person for me to say this about than Rob Parker. So, congrats, buddy.
Well, thank you so much, JR.
Nice.
Appreciate that. Thank you.
And just like that, J.R. Gamble's contract has been renewed at MLB.
There you go. Yes,
That's incredible. So, if you guys are new to this segment, we bring in J.R. to talk about 3 hot topics in the MLB world. He goes first because he's our guest of honor. So, J.R., the Red Sox closer, Aroldis Chapman, could be on the move at the deadline.
Alex, very nice. Aroldis Chapman. I love that. You got it.
Oh,
That's
thank
very
you so
nice.
much. Monty's been training me as on the break time. So, just don't expect a reunion with the Yankees, Rob. I'm sorry to tell you this, but Chapman told ESPN Deportes that the only way he'd be open to return is if the Yankees GM Brian Cashman apologizes for how things ended between them in 2022. So, easy question, JR. Foul or fair to say that Cashman needs to swallow his pride, pause, and bring Chapman back to the Bronx?
Hello to Kelvin as well.
Yo.
That is a foul ball.
Yeah, foul. Sorry.
It's okay. We still love
Aroldis Chapman, I don't know. I don't understand why he would even have a problem. He knows that he struggled, right? Does he remember the 6th season with the Yankees? Injuries. He had Achilles tendon, left leg infection from a tattoo. Eventually lost, right, to close the job, I think, to Clay Holmes. Had a career worst ERA over 4.5. And then ahead of the divisional series, the AL divisional series, a very crucial one, Chapman missed the mandatory team meeting at Yankee Stadium. So Cashman accused him of insubordination, I believe, and left him off the playoff roster. That's the way the ball bounces. I don't believe he needs an apology, and Cashman definitely isn't going to bow down. So as they say, cool, bro, stay over there, all the way over there.
I'm with you, foul.
That is a foul ball.
It's just, there's no way, exactly. And you spelled it out beautifully. I'm sorry. He made his own bed. That's why the Yankees coveted him. Are you kidding? And he did some shady stuff, Kelvin.
Yep.
And that's how he got his way out of the Bronx. So I'm with JR. Foul.
Yeah, foul, man.
That is a foul ball.
Some of it's not your fault. You get infections from tattoos. You get hurt. You ain't performing well. And it happens as part of sports, especially if you play a long time. And part of the sports, we all know this, JR and Rob, is business. And if a team feels like you're not helping them and things aren't going right, they move on, and they don't necessarily owe you an apology. I don't think they wronged him enough for that. I think they can get on the phone and say, look, we're trying to win. You still got talent. Come on, us running back, but I don't think it has to be some type of formal apology.
Right.
I hate when you guys all agree, but it's foul or fair. It's the odd couple.
It's time.
Yeah, it's true. It's true. The great Rob Parker, the somewhat getting there Kelvin Washington, the great J.R. Gamble. And so, guys, Mariners star Julio Rodriguez has 10 homers and 17 extra base hits in the month of May alone. As a result, he's currently on pace for career highs in home runs, doubles, walks, extra base hits, total bases, slugging, and OPS. So here it is, JR.
Wow.
With Aaron Judge out, is it foul or fair to say that J-Rod should be the favorite to win the AL MVP?
Foul.
That is a foul ball.
And I consulted my son, J.C. Gamble, one of the four-leading minds of baseball on this, and he's not even top 5 this year. And I agree. I think Bobby Witt, top 3 player in baseball, of course, will probably run away with it finally in the second half. He's the league's best hitter at short, him and C.J. Abrams, and he's also the best defensive shortstop in MLB. So he also might steal 55 more bases this year. So it's great to see Rodriguez returning to superstar status, and he's good. But come on, guys, he only has 13 homers overall, and he's only hitting .256. His OPS is .760. Nah, Yordan Alvarez would win the MVP to me 3 times before Rodriguez this year. And then you got guys like Ben Rice, who's having an incredible year, Byron Buxton, Nick Kurtz, a.k.a. the Big Slurp. They're all having these great seasons. So, no, I'm glad to see Jose's back at a superstar level, because I was starting to wonder.
Right.
But no way. No way.
I'm going to say foul.
That is a foul ball.
Here's a guy who could, and I it's still a long shot, but a guy who could. With Aaron Judge being out all of this time in the Yankees, if they continue to win, and Ben Rice continues to hit and knock in runs and do what he's doing, go look at his OPS, go look at his slugging. You know what I mean? Like he would have a shot at doing it. If Judge is out for 6 weeks and the Yankees don't miss a beat, they just swept the Guardians the other day, right? So I'm just saying Ben Rice could be somebody who could be a favorite.
I'm going to say foul as well. And you just mentioned Ben Rice. Let's even go to a rookie. You got Nick Kurtz out there, what he's doing with the A's. And you mentioned, the leader of the house will be Yordan Alvarez right now. 22 home runs, 636 slugging percentage.
Definitely,
so it's a nice gap, if you would. And obviously Witt, who's going to be an MVP candidate for probably another 6, 7, 8 years. So good for Julio, because me and Rob talked about him a bit. Was it during the World Baseball Classic? I think we talked about a couple of times where he's got the look, he's got the personality, and obviously he's a good player. You kind of feel like
he's a stud. He's a stud.
Exactly. And he obviously, his team was trying to compete for getting to the World Series last year. So he's on that list of guys who can help elevate baseball and continue to help his team. But no, not the leading candidate right now.
Guess I'm going to rename this segment the Agreeable Thruple.
No, you got one more. You got one more.
Okay, you're right. So it is the great J.R. Gamble here on Foul or Fair. It's the odd couple with the great Rob Parker and Kelvin Washington. So now, J.R., my last one for you. The first 2 games in Vegas have been a doozy. The A's and the Rockets have combined for 17 home runs and a 41 total runs scored entering Thursday. And now some baseball fans are worried that Vegas climate makes things a little too hitter-friendly. So, guys and JR, is it foul or fair to say that the launching pad ballparks are bad for baseball?
Foul.
That is a foul ball.
It got Todd Helton, Larry Walker in the Hall of Fame eventually, hitting atmosphere-aided bombs in Colorado. So if I can play in some bandbox, I would love it, because offense is never bad for baseball. Because believe me, right, we're always going to have the 2-1, 3-1, 1-0 games that only the true purists can enjoy or understand what they're looking at. So having a couple of parks that are guaranteed average boosters in this era where only 5 teams are hitting over 255, trust me, baseball needs these parks.
Foul.
That is a foul ball.
We don't want these phony numbers inflated and all that where you're putting people in the Hall of Fame who don't deserve it. Go ahead, Kelvin.
So I think that would be fair then.
That would be fair.
Yeah, you'd be fair.
It's a fair ball.
Yeah, so I'm going foul just because baseball.
That is a foul ball.
Real quick, the reason why, they just basically said 100 and some years ago, we're going to have indoor, outdoor, we're going to have small park. This right field can be higher. You can have a big beast. You can have a big wall. You can have a big green wall. Right. So baseball's already created where everything is not 94 feet, meaning the exact same thing in a basketball court or football, 100 yards. So Baseball's created this where it's okay to have different types of ballparks.
Well, thanks to Rob
All right,
Parker.
JR.
It's not the agreeable throuple.
There you go. Thanks for being fair on time for us, Rob.
That's right.
All right, you guys go have a wonderful dinner tomorrow. Enjoy each other, and get some vanilla bean cheesecake. But he can't eat it.
No, we got lunch tomorrow. Lunch tomorrow, definitely, JR. We'll see you at noon.
All right.
Yes, I will.
Good stuff.
fellas.
All right, JR, man. Holla at you. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
All right, last call, Rob, 877-99 on Fox. Last call for the Odd Couple. Hit us up, Fox Sports Radio.
It's last call time on The Odd Couple. If you had a take and couldn't get in all show, here's your chance. Your call's important to us. Call us at 877-99 on Fox. Hurry up. Rob and Kelvin got to get out of here.
There was a congressional, I want to call it a hearing, but a meeting, I guess, took place earlier today, and it was all focused around what's going on in the world of college sports. As you guys know, we talked about it last week. There is a Protect College Sports Act that has been presented where they'd like Congress to get involved and police the world of college athletics. Today, Nick Saban met with the Congress. Here's a snippet.
Congress does not need to micromanage college athletics. There's lots of people out there that can help us do that. Congress does need to fix the mess, and the courts create a national framework so people inside college sports can enforce fair rules. Without legal certainty, every rule becomes another lawsuit, every standard becomes another risk, and the system keeps drifting toward the professional model.
The last person I want to hear from is Nick Saban. You mean the guy who quit after he was able to undermine the system? All of his kids had these cars and all this stuff. They were like it wasn't above. It wasn't NIL money, Kelvin, but those players happened to be doing pretty well down there, and he won all his championships. These guys got some nerve to come in, and now they want to regulate. They could have done it in the beginning, Kelvin, right? If they would have made the system and cut in the players on all these billions of dollars that they make from television revenue, we wouldn't be here. But they were so damn greedy. And now all the old guard have to show up and say, stop these guys from making money. This isn't my system. Nick Saban, you quit. You walked away. You don't deserve to have any say. You're not in college football anymore. Retire already. Stay on television. The idea that he's going to be the guy to speak up? Where's the provision to stop? Let's have a profits cap on the NCAA and the colleges. You can only make 6% on your money. Let's have a cap and stop these college coaches making gazillion dollars and walking out on the kids. Address that, Nick Saban. These kids have been taken advantage of forever with a crooked system. The NCAA, for as long as I've been alive, has been organized crime. Organized crime. You guys work, we collect the money, and you get nothing. God forbid you get a free pizza. They threw the kids out of school, Kelvin, for getting a free pizza or a tattoo or giving up their warm-up jersey. And these guys now talk about they want the federal government to step in. Poppycock, Boulder Dash. Don't listen to Nick Saban.
Listen, I don't have much to add. We had the same ideal on this. Ain't that the pot calling the kettle black? Now Nick Saban, who used to sit up there, Rob, what he would have when he do a press conference? A big old Coke bottle. Because you know what? Yep. Coke was allowed to give him all the money. You know what else he was allowed to do near in the Alabama area? Have a bunch of car dealerships that he owns. He was able to thrive off all this, make millions upon, not like a million. I get it, okay, you got to get paid. You're running a college football program. No, tens of millions of dollars any way you want, endorsements up the wazoo. Him and Deion Sanders got the Aflac commercials. And now all of a sudden that the kids are getting paid. And yes, I do believe that it's a little wild right now and you can kind of find a way to maybe structure a little bit. But the idea to act like it's some national emergency and it's run amok that we've had a few years of a little chaotic. It's a little chaotic right now. They're still trying to find their footing and figure it out. But that this would be the guy that's like, yo, we need to put a stop to. And Rob, you know what I view it as too? Nick Saban, one of the all-time greatest coaches of all time. But you know what I equate it to as well? Nick Saban quit when everybody was on the same footing, Rob.
Yep.
The minute now that everybody was like, oh, bet, so I can have some donors, I can have some boosters pay, and we can figure out.
Now he didn't want to be a part of it anymore, right?
Now he would have maybe gotten smoked by a Kurt Signetti or something. Now he's like, oh, no, this is getting too hard. I don't want to do it. Where I used to have a linebacker for 4 years who might only play one. Because he would just say, long as I can get that one season under Alabama, you know what I mean? Now he's like, shoot, I can go over there to Indiana. I can go to Kansas State or whoever's got some money for me. And so, again, it's just a different this hip being the guy to do this, I just have issues with that.
Of all people.
Come on, Rob. Come on, Monty. Sometimes you want to
go where everybody knows your name.
Rob and Kelvin.
And you're always glad you came.
Kelvin Washington. Everybody knows your name.
Ron Sterling Jr. Foul.
Where I know. There it is.
Monty, you're supposed to hang a lighter up with me. Oh, there you have it, man.
It is the odd couple. My goodness, what a great way to end a program.
Oh, yeah. Absolutely. By the way, looking at it, it's almost 10 o'clock out there. What you doing? You going to be old, go to bed, or the city that never sleeps? You in them streets? What you doing?
It's been a long day, so we're going to figure it out. But I'm staying close by the radio station, so we'll see what happens.
There it is. You look again.
There it is. Moby Dick. Come on. My friend who put this together, man, when I saw that picture, I was just like, this doesn't get any better than that.
That's dope, man. That's dope. So shout out to you. Hopefully, again, you had a great time. I know you did have a long last, 24 hours. So, I don't know. Alex, you believe it? You still think he might hit the street?
Oh, Rob's got tearaway sweats on right now.
I'm not going to lie. I've been with him a couple of Super Bowls now. There are some quick dip-offs. Hey, I'm going to go back to the room.
Oh, no, I'm going to go back to the room and put the do not disturb.
Yeah. And we don't see him again. We like, Rob. He comes back the next. Yo, I'm at Shaq's party. Don't send me a group text with you at Shaq's party and then tell us.
Yeah, but remember, I'm going to be here for an extended period, so
pacing
you know
yourself.
what I mean? Yeah.
Oh.
I got a party this weekend, a wedding Sunday in Memphis, and Cincinnati on Monday. I'll be there, and Tuesday I'll be in Chicago. So if you're out there, say what's up. I'll be there.
All right, there we have it. All right, let's get to last call.
This is the last call.
Last call.
Last call time on the Odd Couple.
Last call. Yeah, you all right on that?
There you go.
That's
Yes.
the funniest.
All good. All right, Carlos, you are Carl.
Hello. Am I there?
How are you?
We got you.
Hey, guys. Yeah, it's Carl in Mobile, Alabama. You're a person didn't get my name right. It's Carl in Mobile, Alabama.
We got you. No problem. A little typo there. We got you.
What you
Sorry
got,
about that, Carl.
Hey, congratulations, Rob, on your 40-year mark on the MLB. Good job there.
Man, you know what? I appreciate that. And to be able to stick around that long is incredible. I'm serious, covering something that you love. So thank you, Carl.
Yes, sir. And so also wanted to add, you guys talked about the Peanuts. That was the character's name was Franklin, not Linus. The
Franklin.
Black character. And he was,
yeah, you know what? Linus has the blanket.
Yeah.
You're right. Linus has the blanket.
Yes, but he was inspired by a true young black boy who wrote a letter to him telling him how much he loved his comic strip and wanted to be an animator. And Charles Schulz began to correspond with him and created that character. And that black person, young black male, is an animator today. And they shared that story on a news thing recently.
Oh, man.
What a great story.
Carl, thank you so
Carl.
much, brother.
Thank you. That's a great story. I don't know why I said Frank. Didn't
It's
know
all
it was
good. You're
Franklin.
human. Don't worry about it. But I appreciate that, Carl. Made me feel better about it. I thought they was keeping Franklin out of Thanksgiving.
The Jason Smith Show with Mike Harmon is coming up next.
I never miss your radio show. I never hear it, so I never miss it.
Did you hear that?